colder. 100 million people are going to be affected by this Arctic. So I don't know if it's a storm, but it's
an Arctic blast.
Yes. And it's going from all the way to the west, all the way to the east. And there might be some lake effect snow way up there. So hopefully the boys get back in time. Just a little heads up for everybody. No big deal.
Fine. That's a weather forecast.
I'm just telling you.
When we sit together for our meeting, waiting for Rock to show up for our morning meeting.
Yeah.
And you say something like, what are we going to talk about today? And I go, I don't know. But then something hits me as soon as, you know what it is? Game time is on.
That's right.
Okay? And something just struck me. I honestly, even though I've been accused of writing jokes the night before, which I do.
Of course.
But this just hit me. I don't know why. Like when the lights are on, something, whatever comes up, comes out. But it dawned on me that a lot of shows, like, let's face it, we're not great thinkers here.
No.
But, like, a lot of shows will find, like, a really good point or a really good debate, and they'll put that out as a clip. On this show, if you step in a pile of poop, that's the clip.
That's the clip.
And Rock did that to you yesterday. You had a bad moment, and we celebrated it.
It was camp.
What is wrong with
me? So perfect. You were perfectly animated. I mean,
it's kind of
everybody,
but it's not
everybody though. 10 out of 10 on your parts.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
10 out of 10.
But it does scare me a little bit
that your brain wasn't working.
My brain didn't.
Here's the thing. I don't trust my brain either, because if you know, the one thing you can look in the clip that no one's going to notice but me until I point it out is that you can see me literally Googling the 2006 NHL draft, because despite the fact that I have always known since it happened that the Blues drafted defenseman Erik Johnson #1 overall in that draft. I have known that since the day it happened.
Yes.
But now, for some reason, I do not trust my brain anymore. And so I double and triple check everything. And so if you look at the clip, you see me going, wait a second, am I somehow thinking, did he get drafted second overall? Have I been conflating that wrong?
I'm glad that you admit that.
Entire life?
Yes.
How old are you? How old are you?
You can see me, 34. You can see me in the background of that clip. You can see me in the bottom corner of that clip, furiously Googling, because all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, did I screw this up? So I have no confidence in my brain anymore. So you're fine. You're fine, buddy.
Yeah, I was just like, okay. Damn, that just didn't pop in my head. I don't know.
Hold on. But
not good.
The context of this is hilarious. First of all, Rock's reaction was great because he was indignant. Is that the right word? I don't trust myself. I have to look it up. All right. No, I'm with you on the. By the way,
I forgot my water.
I go to tweet a word and I go, boat, BOAT. It looks. Is that the right spelling? Right? Like because you don't trust yourself because you realize you're an idiot.
Yes,
we all do that.
Yes,
especially the people that are idiots like us.
Yes.
But the thing that made that clip for me is that you were so busy burying young Grant, not realizing that as you were burying him, you were burying yourself. And I'm sitting there going, do you understand the connection of this here?
I'm like belittling poor Grant.
Yeah.
While I can't even get to, oh my God. Yeah, I might have to get it. He's getting tickets. He deserves the tickets.
And then I loved everything about that moment.
And then Rock, it kind of, you get on with your day, you're doing other stuff, and then Rock puts it on there on Twitter, and I was like, yes.
Yep.
And Rock was indignant too. Like, I don't like, let's be honest. Like, Rock will get mad, at things that are capitalist related. This was pure.
Pure. It was. You're welcome.
You're welcome,
everybody.
It was so good, Cam.
Man, oh man.
You're my favorite.
I
love you so much.
I was gonna say we got Steve Ewan coming on tomorrow at 9:00. And I just some people like athletes and are curious on the athlete day to day and whatnot. But for me, it's being a rock star. Like it is.
All athletes are that way. Yes. Every professional athlete wants to hang around with a rock star.
I want to be one.
You can't sing.
No, well, I know.
Can you play a tambourine?
They can't skate, and they probably can't throw, but they can sing it. I just think that's the coolest gig of all the big time gigs, right? Either being a pro athlete, actor, whatever. If you're a badass rock star and you play it cool and you have longevity, I think that's the coolest damn thing in the world. And you have awesome stage presence. I'd love to be a lead singer in a badass rock band. I think that's the coolest thing. And Steve I saw him the other day. He posted a clip, packed house at the pageant. He's sweaty. I got my back. The trumpets are going in the background, and he jumps on in the crowd. The crowd's taking him everywhere. He's like, go this way. The crowd takes him on. That is what I'm talking about. That is pure badass, and I love it. Getting that crowd like that, the energy you feel off of it. It's badass.
Like when we go on the air in the morning.
When we go on the air in the morning.
And then instead of, our handful of loyalists aren't lighting Bics. They're attacking us on the chat line. That's the difference. They're not screaming for an encore. They're going less.
I know. They're chirping.
Pot him down.
Chirping the whole time. Damn. Yeah, just getting up for a concert, probably the same thing as getting up for a game. It is, but
they're not always chirping. Rooster says, damn, Cam, you can pull off a scarf. Looks fantastic.
I told you. No, Kate hooked me up.
I also love this because are you wearing a hoodie?
Yeah.
See, now that's something I never would have done before. I respect the living
God,
hell
yeah,
out of
baby.
you,
What are you talking about?
He went with a scarf over a hoodie.
I got a little match. I got matching a little bit.
The only time I've ever done that is when it's super cold, like 3 degrees, and I do the thing where I put the hoodie hood up because I don't own a balaclava or anything like that. I put the hoodie hood up.
You don't own what?
A balaclava. It's the thing that covers your face except for your eyes.
Antifa.
Antifa.
Oh, Antifa.
Okay,
yeah, you have one of those in the trunk next to the Molotov cocktail.
It's called being warm. I said I don't own a balaclava, so I put on a hoodie.
Yes, you do.
I put on a hoodie and then I stuff my scarf into the hood, and then it protects your face, your nose, and your mouth.
You could also put it underneath and bump it up too, and protect your neck.
I'm saying it does it all with the hoodie, but I've never done it just.
What are you skiing the Alpines? Like you're going from your car to the studio.
You don't get 5 degrees. You gotta go shovel snow.
It's cold,
or something like that.
Jimmy. Jimmy's gotten easy.
Rachel will get someone to shovel for you.
Oh
no! If it's really heavy, we got to go places. I'll shovel the snow. If we don't got to go anywhere, I will not shovel snow.
Rachel, take care of that.
That's fair.
I'm
over letting that.
You're in St. Louis. Listen, leaves are a great fertilizer.
They are.
Stop raking.
They are, but they also kill your grass. I heard that too, but kill your grass.
Sounds like a great excuse not
to
rake leaves.
You.
It'll kill your grass.
If you get a house torn down next to you, then the wind blows right through. No leaves in our backyard, goes right to the neighbors.
That's how
we had a blockage here for a while.
My poor neighbor Wes, who just put a badass pool in. All the leaves come from the valley, up from both golf courses, and goes right into his yard, goes through my backyard, right into his, and they just pile up. It's hilarious. Love you. Oh, man. I got to also give a shout out to this badass place Dave Green and I went to. The Dave. That's what I'm going to call him now. The Dave. We went to a place called The Key, right next to Chaffetz.
Oh, that place looks awesome.
Did you see it?
I haven't
150-year-old building. Fantastic. This cat, dude, he's buying these, I guess, all these old buildings, man, and he's revitalizing them. And this one is an awesome restaurant with he's got a connecting, looks like you're in a church. It's badass. Huge vaulted ceilings, big stage. He's got a DJ thing set up. He's got an extra, a place in the back where you could close off everything and have a little private party back there. You could have concerts in there, bathrooms out the wazoo.
How's the food?
The food was damn good. It was damn good. It was smash burgers, stuff like that. Just good. And he's going to tweak and do different stuff. But it was a really, really cool place, man. It was really cool. We had coming up with all kinds of different ideas for that place. I mean, it's kind of endless. And I just, again, I admit, and Rock chirps me too. And when I go downtown, I go to Jefferson, go right by Maggie's, pull around back, get in the building, go all the way back, get on the highway. I don't really explore around like I used to when I was partying. And I haven't been in that little area in a while, and it's really nice. And there's some cool places down there, man. So I'm being
You're changing your worldview.
Rock's not even listening.
I
just said I was positive.
I think we're going to do some fun stuff down there.
Dude, I am positive about St. Louis, and you didn't even say what's going on around here.
I don't know. I think we're going to do some fun stuff. Jimmy just does that, not realizing that we're still on camera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got a lot of
spitter. But no, that place looks awesome. I think we're going to do some stuff with them, and we might be down there pretty soon.
Can I just say this, though? You can be pro St. Louis and still say, hey, we need to do this. And
yes.
we do.
No, you can't.
Wait. Does it work the same way with America?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The difference is you don't see me burning the St. Louis flag. That's the difference. I'm pro St. Louis. I'm just saying, get the police staffing up to where it needs to be because we can push back on some of the bad stuff. That's all.
And I think
that doesn't make me anti-St. Louis.
no.
I don't think
Discuss
anyone
the
said you
crime
were.
is bad.
I don't think anyone said you were anti-St. Louis.
No. He said I kind of was at times, and I think Rock, because I don't go down there as much and whatnot, and I'm missing
I
out.
don't have anything to do with your shots
the
on St.
food.
Louis. I think that has to do with your overall disdain for the general public.
You don't have disdain.
I was hanging out with people all day yesterday. I'm going to an event tonight. and I gotta do a little bit of auctioneering.
Hold on.
And not getting paid for it. So I'm gonna be around people.
Come on.
I'm just telling you.
One time I need your yellow journalism, please.
I'm just telling him.
Was
that virtue signaling?
Well,
the one
because
time I need your
because you
yellow
use the
journalism.
word disdain.
It's perfect.
It's not disdain.
It's perfect.
It's
though.
not.
But I know it's a perfect little lie.
It's not disdain.
This is
You
what
love people.
I love
I need
people.
the
I'm good around
propaganda.
people.
in small doses.
That's it.
You'd
That's
rather
it.
be home. Nothing wrong
That's
with that.
it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
They want me to stay, and I'm like, I'm gonna come
But-
in. I'm gonna do it. And then
Hold
Kate and I
on.
are
On
gonna
the other
bond.
side, to say I'm going to an event
Shouldn't have done that.
and I'm not getting paid for
I
it.
should
like,
not have done that.
What's wrong with you, boy?
I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have said it.
I'm
I
going.
was trying to
I
prove the
love
rock.
people. I'm going to an event tonight.
I should have said it.
I played high school basketball. That's
right.
the same kind of.
I like watching people suck at things and get frustrated.
Yeah, man of the people.
Man of the people. There you
Man
go.
of the people.
Man of the people. God. Anyway.
Also, it's like
Hmm?
I added a new drop from yesterday, and I like to think that this would go in. If we had to like categorize our drops, I'd like to think that I would categorize this one in the tolerance section for drops.
But he's not kicking around a soccer ball.
No.
Hey, you know what I do? I put my hair up in a bun and I kick the soccer ball around. I think it. Look,
I mean, you dropped. I mean,
I
full
think it's pretty. I
full
think
2004 on it. I love it. I mean, full
I think
2004.
I think it's still good content. And you know what? And you know what that is, Rock. And this goes for. That's a call to action. You know why? You know why?
Edward Leuven's going to curb stomp you.
Would you know why? Because as much as soccer has grown, and soccer's a hotbed here in St. Louis, no question about it. You know the history. However, we're never good internationally. Why? When does that? The popularity of soccer.
Whoa! Pochettino's got him locking in here for the World Cup run. You bite your tongue.
When is World Cup? I forgot.
This summer.
That's right.
Wait, sorry.
Are we one of the favorites?
Yes, 2026.
Are we one of the favorites?
No.
No.
I don't know if they have favorites yet.
Isn't soccer growing? Isn't it the
wonder if
number
there
one
are
participation sport we hear all the time? Can we please get better? Because if you really want to make soccer some in this country, and it's growing,
Oh my god.
and I like it, right? Don't we have to be good
Do
internationally?
you like it?
I do.
They're literally on like a 4-game winning streak.
You know what I don't like?
Pochettino's got them playing better. They're buying in.
I don't. Yeah, sure they are.
Are you paying attention?
I don't-
Again,
No.
things are happening. Just because you're ignorant of them doesn't mean they don't exist.
Okay.
You Andy Strickling this every day.
Okay. Tell me how they're buying in. Tell me how they're buying in.
Well, have you-
That's a tangible
Have
thing,
you
Rock.
listen- have you-
Backed up by
Have
fact.
you listened to any of the players talk after their 4-game win streak?
What, after they're friendly? No, I didn't.
No, it's qualification. Good Lord. See, this is the problem is you don't know what you're talking about, but you're trying to present it as you've got the answer.
I have history on
and you're
my
just-
side.
And you're just repeating a rote talking point
No,
that hasn't changed.
but
first of all-
but I gotta back you on this.
Truth in it.
First of all, don't say Kyle Rowe Jr.'s name in vain like that, okay? Because I do know my soccer history, and history backs me up.
talked to Pele.
We're not great. I
Yeah.
just referenced Kyle Rowe Jr.
Junior. They haven't won though.
That's what I said. History's on my side.
They haven't
It's a call
won.
to action, Rock.
The reason that soccer hasn't taken off in America has nothing to do with our
It has
our
taken
national
off.
team.
It has
No,
taken off.
It going to the next level has nothing to do with our it not going to the next level has nothing to do with the national team struggling. That's that in my opinion
It's
has
not
nothing
struggling.
to do with it.
It's a lack of success. All I'm saying,
What else would you call struggling in sports other than a lack of
because
success?
it makes it seem like it's a bad stretch.
It is a bad stretch. They didn't make the.
It's a
they-
bad
They
history.
didn't make a World Cup there.
It's a bad stretch.
Okay,
What was the closest they came?
Then World Cup history.
When did they win it?
Then World Cup history.
Did they
is-
win?
Then
When
World,
did we win it?
Then World Cup history.
When
is-
did we win the
Hold
World
on,
Cup?
let me- then World Cup history is bad for every nation in the world except for 6. Then World Cup history is bad for every nation in the world except for 6. Then World Cup history is bad for every nation in the world except for 6. Then World Cup history is bad for every nation in the world except for 6.
Are we like?
You're a
are
Mizzou,
we a bottom six country?
Yeah, exactly.
You're a Mizzou fan.
We have
you're a
too
Mizzou
much
fan.
going
You're a
on.
Mizzou
Are we
fan
bad at
bitching that you don't have a
sports?
national
Are we
championship.
bottom six in the Olympics except for the luge?
Well, why are we not good at luge like the Swedish are? Because we don't put our top athletes into it.
No, because half the country is not in a winter wonderland. The countries that are always a winter wonderland have the advantage.
And
and
the other thing is,
people
we have a
know
winter
what
wonderland.
luge is there.
We have a winter wonderland known as Major League Baseball, the NBA, the NFL. That's what our winter wonderland is. That's why no one plays soccer here, is because it's the fifth sport on the run.
It's the number one participatory sport. Can I finish what I'm saying?
Professional for a reason.
Can I finish what I'm saying here?
Go ahead.
Okay, all I'm saying, and we're not that far apart because there is common ground, is that I believe soccer in popularity continues to grow. I think the TV ratings back that up. The popularity of STL City backs that up.
What TV ratings? Because Apple doesn't really actually make their numbers public.
Well, I think the World Cup. I think World Cup viewership in this country overall, World Cup
I'm pumped up
viewership
about it.
World Cup viewership in this country has gone up, if I remember correctly, substantially over where it used to be. And it's the number one participation sport for kids. Okay. We're seeing more professional opportunities with the growth of MLS. That's the other thing is, what's the end game for the promising young athletes that play soccer in this country?
Make a couple $1 million bucks.
There's more.
Yeah, no doubt.
But we haven't seen it translate into
International competition.
domination on the national stage, which we've seen in the sports you've just mentioned. We're pretty good at those.
Because our
not always winning, but not bottom six.
Because our professional leagues are the top ones in the world. The MLS is charitably the 9th best league in the world.
Right, but these Americans can still go to other teams.
Yeah, but
I don't think there's a tariff on that.
But there's two of them who are above, who are like very good, like quote unquote all-star level European players. There's two or three Americans who do that.
Why?
Because we don't develop kids and prepare them for the professional game the same way the Europeans do. The same way that it's hard for a European to go through a football development at the same level of American high school and college. Listen, they play football over there. There's a European league. There are Germans who play football until they're 18 to 20 years old, but they're not nearly as developed in the game as an American going through our system, in the same way that most American soccer players at 18 are not nearly as developed into the game as a European soccer player, because the way that European soccer works is if you're 6 years old, you're in an academy, you're going to school in the academy, and you're playing soccer while you go to school every single day.
You're comparing
6 years old to 18. So I'm comparing just the way that our cultures build the sport, and that's why we're still behind. If we get to a point where the academy system can work like Europe, we'll get to the point where our talent levels develop like Europe. But until we get to that point, it's not going to. In the same way that you're not going to see an influx of German or Italian football players into the NFL or college ranks, because the way they do it as young kids does not compare to the way America does.
Let me just understand this, because I'm trying to find common ground. So you're saying, just like in this country where it's youth sport wise, it's the number one. In Germany, football is their number one youth part. So you're saying it's the same.
That's not what I said.
Well, what are we comparing here? Because
We're
you know who
comparing
plays.
how you train
Let me finish
kids at a young age. You were finished. You asked me a question.
No, there was a question, and then and there's more questions.
Okay. That's how it was.
How many kids play football in Germany?
I'm not sure.
None.
The numbers for you.
None. But in this country, everyone plays youth soccer
until they're 12, and then they all go, never mind, I'm going to go play volleyball, basketball, football, hockey, and lacrosse and other sports.
It's still not the same as comparing how many kids are playing football in Germany.
Because we're talking
we have some elite high school program. Then you're saying the problem is with the coaching.
No, you're talking about the development path from 12 to 18.
Bad coaching.
It isn't here in America. No, it's not bad coaching.
What is it?
The coaching doesn't exist. Until it is so small comparatively. In every little town in Europe, there are multiple teams that all have academies. So you have places to go. Here in America, the St. Louis City Academy, where you don't have to be rich to play the game, is 5 years old. Okay? So we're talking about, we haven't seen the kids that it's developed yet. So give it a little time.
I've heard about these academies for years. Not in St. Louis,
because they're 5 to 7
maybe
years
not
old.
in St. Louis.
A lot of the MLS teams didn't start having academies until right around when St. Louis got into the league.
But MLS isn't any good.
2021.
You said MLS.
No, I said it's getting better.
All right. Said MLS wasn't good.
It's not good compared to Europe.
We don't need MLS.
We need coach. Can I ask
That's
a stupid question?
academies.
Has the U.S. ever won?
No.
Or not even close?
We got to the quarterfinal one year, I think.
Something's wrong.
350 million people.
United States men's national team.
And we have
Money.
high school soccer. Here's the other thing. You
Soccer
talk about
everywhere, I
the
feel
cost of these
What
academies.
about Lou Fuse?
No,
How about-
academies. The point of academies is not pay for play. The issue with America has always been that everything is pay for play. We finished. That's wild. We finished third place in the first ever one in Uruguay in 1930, and that is our best finish. And the only one since then
We're
is
going-
the quarterfinals in 2002.
It doesn't make sense.
South Korea, Japan. We got to the quarterfinals.
There's something.
There's
dude.
something else. Because
We
here,
did not
just hear me out. And it's not
qualify
a,
for-
Dude, there's
Okay.
something missing.
because here's the thing. There's high school programs all over. You know what's expensive? Any sort of hockey or baseball academy. Soccer is a relatively inexpensive sport, and it's played youth leagues, high school, huge soccer pro. We have some elite ones in St. Louis. Club
That costs a
teams,
ton
elite.
of money to play for.
Compared- you
Everything,
just-
but
you
everything
brought up-
does
It
though.
costs a ton of
You
money.
brought
to
up
play for
hockey,
those
lacrosse,
teams.
and baseball.
But-
All those
but
are
again,
expensive.
Hockey's
but all
Americans
of-
are dominating.
But all of those have held back college sports. The ones that don't have held back college sports are the ones that are still more open. Basketball, football are more open because the high school game is still more open than everything you just mentioned. That's why those products I think are infinitely better. Because there's still an open
I think
aspect.
there's some-
It's still closed by AAU, and yes, kids transfer to high school programs at a level they never had before. But still, it's more open than high school hockey. It's more open because there's still a lot of teams that are club. It's more open than lacrosse. Still a lot of teams that are club. It's still open than a lot of those sports. But I still think America, because we are the richest country in the world, we prepare athletes across these sports better. We just don't. But every
Why?
country in Europe, because we have more money.
Why don't we prepare our soccer players?
Every country
Most popular
my
sport.
point is every country in Europe is hyper preparing soccer players. We're preparing them. We're not hyper preparing soccer
Why?
players like we are basketball players because we don't care about it nationally as a sport to the higher rung levels. You tell me you've been alive longer. When soccer was popular in the
You've been
80s and
alive
90s,
longer.
you explain to me what happened in 1998 to 2025. I was a child. So you
A
tell
child.
me how America goes from loving it in the 80s and 90s to being this booming sport to dying out.
I don't think
Please
it's
explain.
dying out.
No, but comparatively, I'm not saying dying
Fake
out.
injuries.
I'm saying it hit a huge spike, and now and then it bottomed out, and now it's been creeping back up for years. It's on an upward trajectory. Why did it bottom out from the popularity of the 80s and 90s? I have no idea, but it clearly did
Putin.
for a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So
And
when
then
the
nothing happened.
when the NASL was at its peak with the Cosmos, and I was standing there shoulder to shoulder with Pele,
Yes, you were.
You guys are partying.
and shaking hands with Franz Beckenbauer. How you doing? Okay,
Good.
that was a boom. But here's the thing: it was booming here and maybe Tampa, and the rest of the league had no international stars, and the league collapsed because only
New
two.
York had like New York had like 9
we had
European stars.
Canalia, Beckenbauer, we had everybody, Pele, and
Spread
like,
it out.
and it was
Well,
like
they're
big,
de-
I think, in Tampa, the Rowdies.
And the thing
but
is, they're
nowhere else.
dealing
But-
with that
But
now.
my point is, the
New York,
ratings. There's more,
Miami, LA get all the European stars.
as America becomes a more diverse population, and there is outside folks coming to this country who love soccer more, right? And the ratings for World Cup, as I recall, watching them on TV in this country have gone up. Still, a ton of kids play soccer. Maybe the other, the best athlete might go to basketball or baseball. I don't know.
The most
But-
watched soccer
but-
game in America is the 2015 Women's World Cup final.
Okay, but that's 2015. People like soccer in this country, and it's growing. And I'm saying, and this is where we're on common ground, we should be better internationally, because if we're better internationally, then the growth will be off the chart.
It's saying it's just like it's not some like, oh my God, how are we not good internationally? It's fairly simple why we're not as good internationally as these other countries. It's very simple why really small countries in Europe have a lot of success in their own tournaments as well. It's chemistry, and it's guys play together a lot. Where America's it's super spread out. Our national team, a lot of these kids aren't growing up in the same city,
changing teams all the time. And stuff.
Yeah, it's like when Portugal or Iceland go on a crazy run. It's like, okay, well, Portugal, you could drive across it in like 8 hours. All right, so it's a little bit different when you're putting together a team of Portuguese guys, and they kind of like. I just think the chemistry factor and just how the game is just taught over there is just at a completely.
But that's unacceptable here. Then
it's at a different level. But we're getting there.
Okay. I look at Olympic basketball. The U.S. dominates. These guys don't play together. They're on different teams.
These guys know each other since they were.
We got the best athletes. We got the best everything here.
Play on the AAU teams together. That's literally what I'm talking about.
It's unacceptable.
It's unacceptable. Basketball literally does.
Do you know how many AAU teams there are of elite guys? They're on different AAU
funnels
teams.
The most talented players
It's
together.
unacceptable.
And then they all go to the NBA, and then they go to the they go pro. And
so there's
we
just
should
one
beat
AAU
everybody
team.
at everything.
But I'm saying, why are Spain and
There's
Yugoslavia
25 elite teams of NBA prospects.
a lot of
350 million
3 or 4
here.
kids from the AAU team go to college, and then they come.
I blame
and
Rock.
and they play together.
I blame Rock too.
I think I deserve a lot of the blame.
Let's call
What the hell,
So
Rock?
what I'm
Science
doing.
says this.
Cat, the other countries have academies.
Academies.
Damn it.
There's the clip for the day.
Check, please.
No, man. Good God. We can't be doing this every damn day. Read it.
Travel and select teams don't compare.
You're saying that with the amount of money spent for club soccer in this country, we can't field an
It's
international
unbelievable.
team
It's unacceptable.
that's competitive?
It's unacceptable.
They are
I
competitive.
blame the coaching.
Italy's missed potentially 2 World Cups in a row. Like, you think people in Italy don't care about soccer? Sometimes, it's unexplainable sometimes.
Okay, let me say this.
This one's explainable.
Maybe I'm rights holder crazy, but you give me Chaim Bloom and Ollie Marmol and let them work with the U.S. national soccer team, and they will be great.
I'm telling you, this is 350 million people in this country. I don't know.
It should be better.
It should be way better.
But I'm like, do you think they're running around Russia saying that? Do you think they're running around India being like, you know what, we should be better at soccer? I know we're fantastic at cricket, but the fact that we have this many people and we suck at soccer is pretty pathetic.
I don't know. You go to India,
there's they enjoy dominating.
I can walk outside and throw a rock any direction. There's a soccer field, any direction.
That's
You
great.
know,
I think
everywhere you go.
I think it's that way in a lot of countries that are also large but aren't as good as Europe. But they focus on other countries.
Well, here's the bitch. How about this?
Poverty and imperialism.
Speaking of international play, good morning, gents. What do you guys think about the crap going on with the hockey Olympics? How the hell does that rink get shorter? What the hell? No backup plan. What the hell are they thinking? Moving in 2 hours south of Torino. It's an Olympic venue. Yeah, it's older. So what? Thoughts, boys, thoughts.
Again,
that is crazy.
The Italians aren't good at soccer right now, and you tried to trust them to do hockey and other sports. That was a bad idea on everyone's part.
4 feet shorter. Do you know how, if you're a player, man, you're so used of the rink. Even like when you go on warm-ups and you spin back, you do that, guys are going to get banged up and injured. They might not let the guys go. It just doesn't get fixed. How horrible is that?
How hard could it be for a rink?
What are we doing?
There's 2 things.
Stupid.
There's 2 things in the world that if you have a lot of money and a lot of people that you can fix. One is a rink, and the other is making the U.S. a national powerhouse.
This is why you
it's the same.
This is why you
embarrassing.
I wouldn't have trusted the Italians to build that rink.
What are they thinking?
Day of the week, not a chance in hell I would have trusted.
What are they thinking?
Again, they can't do soccer right. I'm not trusting them to pull.
Dude, this is happening in a month and a half.
Pathetic.
It's a rink.
Oh God, I was so pumped up for it. Bitches. That was Andy.
Maybe put Andy on this.
Put Andy on it.
Send Andy to Italy.
If you only played 1 game,
Bader can catch these nuts.
Oh, Bader took a beating from the text line. I'll tell you that. Rock, play more drops at Jam Up Cam.
Daddy's hungry.
That was one of the scariest moments I've ever had in a hockey rink. Because
academies. I'm sorry, that's going to stay with
That's
me.
going to be
Academies. Can we play that back now? Is that too hard to do?
I can't play it back until the 9 o'clock hour.
All right, I can't wait for the 9 o'clock hour.
At the early.
Are people on the chat line?
Yeah, let me read.
Well,
I just want to know.
Gino's just taking shots at the sport general.
Gino.
Shouldn't the United States be better? I'm not saying you win the World Cup.
Yeah. Oh,
No, they're
let's-
just bitching that we're talking about a sport that they don't appreciate.
yeah. There's a lot of soccer hate, man. I'll tell you that.
There's
right
a
now.
lot of soccer love.
Apparently not on this show.
Not on this show.
There are no soccer fans on this show. My God.
Not
a
at all.
Single damn one.
I mean, really, no.
I got nothing for you boys. Sorry.
Man, oh man. If they don't go to the Olympics, do they still take time off? Oh yeah.
Can
We're
you
not gonna
imagine, though,
reschedule that game?
If the U.S. was good at the World Cup,
Oh, it'd be awesome.
like with the women's team, when they were great,
yeah,
women's soccer took a huge leap.
yeah,
Right?
Yep.
And there's money. Like they pay the national guys money, a lot of money.
yeah. I don't know.
Like the carrot's there. Let's go, boys.
I don't get it. Again, like this, I see kids playing soccer all day, every day, everywhere you go. Go down to Eureka, all those soccer parks, all the kids are playing soccer, baseball, soccer.
Is the coach American of the U.S. national team generally? Aren't they usually imports?
No, he's not American.
He's
Right?
not?
Most are imports.
No, he's Argentinian.
I'm saying over the years though, and they've gone through a lot of them, right? Mostly they're imports.
I mean,
Why would that be?
Let's stop the imports.
Why would that
Oh
be?
my
Because
God.
because they're plants. They want America to fail at
Why
soccer.
is that though? Is that a weird question to ask? Because I don't
Because you
understand. that.
hire the best person.
Yeah, because
Did you ask how often your
Soccer-
Did you ask how often your hockey coaches weren't Americans? Did you ask how often they were Canadians? Did
Well,
you
when
ask how often they were Swedish?
In the Olympics?
No.
I'm talking about Olympic play.
Oh, that's fair. Are they always? Are they? I don't think they're. I think there's. I think wasn't an American coach of the Russian team.
I know. No. I know. Just because Monty's Canadian, he can coach in the U.S. I'm talking Olympics. Doug Armstrong's not the GM for the Americans.
Is that true?
Why the hell is he
The
from
G-
Argentina?
I don't know. But
and look
What
at
is
the
that
lin-
all about?
and look at the lineage. They're
Bull,
always
Bull
from
Harter was
Like
because
he,
they're-
his heart's not there.
Yeah, they
Bull-
plant.
What is going on?
no, hold on.
They're
a second.
double
No,
agents.
hold on a second.
They're double
Hold on a second.
agents.
Hold on a second. Berhalter was American. Bruce Arena's American.
But you don't have
Jurgen
to be.
Klinsmann wasn't. Bob Bradley wasn't American. Steve Sampson was an American.
You don't have to.
Bora Milutinovic was not an American, obviously. Bob Gansler was an American.
And those guys set the tone for a bad program.
Your heart's not in it.
Mauricio Pochettino, by the way,
What do we?
by the way, Mauricio Pochettino is
They got
Argentinian.
that's shady, dude.
His heart's in it. I
Soccer's
can't question
shady.
his heart.
How do you mean he's from Argentina? He's probably watching the Argentina game and rooting for them. Why wouldn't he? All his family's there.
Have you ever heard what he
is
does
going
at
on?
practice? He has them come in.
This is ridiculous.
They do jumping jacks for 10 minutes.
Soccer's got
Then he lets them
problems.
go.
Yeah.
Jumping jacks for 10 minutes. Then he
Score
wants
on this net. This is ridiculous. Wow.
his defensive. You know what he says for defense?
Team USA head coach Argentina. What? And then you play Argentina?
Oh,
What did he do the night before? Hanging out with his buddies?
we're getting
This
to,
is the most ridiculous
we're getting to the
ever.
bottom of it. We're getting to the bottom of it.
Rock. All right, help me.
You know who should
Jesus.
you know who should be the coach of the U.S. national team?
Putin!
Alexi Lawless.
Ron Wilson was born in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. And he's been the coach of the United States men's national
Does he
hockey
have his-
team twice.
Does he have his? He has his. Just like Holy.
Maybe.
Just like Holy. He's got it.
He was born in Windsor,
But
Ontario.
He's
Citizenship.
dual citizenship.
Citizenship.
He's living in the
Oh,
U.S.
so you guys trust people
He's
now with multiple
He was left.
citizenships?
He left early, like Pat
Oh,
LaFontaine
okay.
did. That's why I'm the first.
He's been well vetted.
Exactly. He went through the process.
To your point, I'm going through all the other ones, and it looks like
Listen,
Murray Williamson,
Yeah, but
Canadian-born American.
he
hockey
wanted to be
player.
American. He came over here and got dual citizenship, so he's able to do that.
after being properly vetted.
Exactly. Exactly. He went through the process.
All the coaches have been.
Just like our ancestors.
All the coaches have been.
Went through the
American.
process.
Well, not all of our ancestors.
A lot of them did.
You know what we
There's-
did? We
we
solved the
have-
problem. You and I.
Cam,
It's unbelievable.
We stumbled on the, word
three of us
academies, but
combined have literally dozens of ancestors who came through.
No doubt.
There's no
No-
doubt
no
that
doubt.
some of them slipped through a little bit.
They assimilated
That's
and they
true.
worked.
That's
They
true.
were
That's-
hard
that's
working.
why we have the
people.
hill.
They were hard working people. You know.
what's the
Are
name
you
of the
saying
coach
Mauricio
now?
Pochettino isn't a hardworking man?
No, hell yeah, he is.
What's the name of the coach now?
Mauricio Pochettino.
Yeah, I know him. All right.
What
And
team-
I'm just telling
he loves
you,
his
I'm
country.
Sorry, what Premier League team did he used to coach?
the one, he
The one
actually,
in Europe.
the one where they played the team from the second Bundesliga. And
hit the bell
his
somewhere.
defensive scheme is we want them to test our goalie. We
Let
want
up
them
shots.
to test
Let
our
up
goalie.
shots off the bat.
We fixed the problem.
It's so weird. It's so weird. Interesting. We'll get the guy from Argentina, like diehard. All those guys in Argentina are diehard soccer for their country. And he's just like, yeah, pay me. I'll go over there.
His heart's in it because he's making $6 million a year.
Exactly.
And he's getting results.
And he's getting results.
He's not.
350 million
results.
It's unacceptable.
They have
Rock.
buy-in.
It's
Rock said the proof is he read
This
that they
is
have buy-in.
really bizarre.
What are you doing?
I'm just looking at the
They've been ripping off wins lately. They've been playing fantastic.
I mean, God almighty.
Just a complete mistrust of Mauricio Pochettino. Just says a lot about you guys as people, not a lot about him. I'll just say that.
Cam and I want the same thing. We want soccer success.
We want
the
winners.
U.S. national
And
team.
you
We
guys
want
sound like
winners.
Randy when he was like, I think the problem with St. Louis cities is that they have too many people with accents. Jesus Christ.
Pele had an accent. I loved him.
Yeah, any other examples?
It's just fun. Rock's kind of silent now. He just
Yeah.
knows there's a lot of cracks.
Giorgio Canaglia, one of the best strikers
There you go.
in human history.
Rock needs to be in
Accent.
charge. You need to be
No,
in charge.
you just need to let it cook
You
for
need-
a little bit. It's listen, people have they've
a couple changes you can make off the bat.
They've made the improvements they need to make. They need to get rid of pay for play. It's all about talent. Just focus on that. You'll be fine.
Speaking of talent, St. Louis, you want a
that's
backyard paradise next summer? Oh, hell yeah. I'm jealous of my neighbor, by the way. Yeah, this pool, although the leaves are all over it right now. But in the summertime, man, what a blast to have a pool in your backyard. Hey, talk to Merrimack Pools and Outdoors now. Merrimack Pools and Outdoors is a family-owned St. Louis business helping families make most of their backyard. From pools and patios, outdoor kitchens, fire features, and even sport courts. They'll design and build a perfect retreat for relaxing, entertaining, and making memories. With free on-site consultations, professional designs, and over 25 years experience, Merrimack Pools and Outdoors will bring your vision to life. Start your backyard transformation today at splashstl.com. That's splashstl.com. Don't go.
One last point here before we go to break.
Do I have to read it?
Yeah.
I played on the 18U national team in baseball. Individually, we were better than every team in the world. We always lost to
Asian. Doesn't know how to spell it. That's not your fault.
All right, you're right.
Oh, you got to give me a break
That's
sometimes.
that's Asian. He just flipped the A.
Okay,
A to the I.
Asian and the Caribbean teams. That could be Caribbean or
There
Caribbean
you go.
teams that played
It's
together
covering
for
all-
years. Okay, that's
covering all
cool.
his
I get what you're
bases.
saying.
Covering all his bases.
It learned how to type.
Because like Iceland went on this crazy run in the Euros a few years ago,
Rock,
and like everyone
listen.
in Europe was like, "How are we getting beat by this country with like 100,000 people?" And it's like, well, all of us have been playing together every day for the last like 5 years.
Just like the Russians back in the day
And
until the
we're-
Americans beat them in
and
1980.
We're playing a better team game than you
The
are.
Russians did it for years.
In Iceland, and the difference there was Iceland's 300,000 people, and Russia is the most populous country.
And the
that they were
Americans
facing off against.
beat them. You want to beat them?
The World Baseball Classic, right? Other teams win it. Japan wins it. The U.S. is still good. I'm just saying a World Cup. I don't care. I'm not saying we demand to win. We just need to be
Screw
one of
that.
the good teams.
Yeah,
and we
in the
never
mix,
are.
in the mix. Like everybody's talking about U.S. just like they do in hockey, just like they do in whatever. But I mean, I don't understand it. There's cracks in
Since,
this whole thing.
since 1990, they've reached the round of 16 more than they've gotten grouped. So I mean, that's
Whatever.
impressive.
That's a
That's not
participation
bad.
trophy.
There it is.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go to
We're
break.
the United States.
American
Rock is
exceptionalism.
not-
Your
Rock is not
your
happy.
American exceptionalism bores me.
I know it does, comrade.
Oh. All right, we're going to break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. Hot Take Central 2.0.
The Lou Information Station, a whole new way to enjoy content, created just for those of us in the St. Louis area. It's a whole new way to advertise and promote your business. Reach out and find out just how different we are. If you're tired of one-sided advertising offerings or your traditional media rep trying to shove digital marketing down your throat, visit louinfo.com and click on advertising. Or email partnerships@louinfo.com for more information.
Buddy.
What do you say, buddy?
Man, life comes at you fast. 1 minute you're cruising home, the next flashing lights in your rear view.
And that's when you need backup. With the Legal Buddy app, you can connect to a local attorney in seconds.
Seconds, not waiting days for a callback?
Nope, right away. DWI, car accident, criminal charge, traffic ticket, Legal Buddy's got your back.
So it's like having a lawyer in your pocket.
Exactly. Someone ready to step in the moment you need them, no matter the situation.
That's peace of mind.
That's Legal Buddy.
We're always going to be buddies, right?
All right, where do I get this?
Just download the Legal Buddy app at LegalBuddyApp.com. Register and use code LEGAL for your chance to win a $250 Amazon gift card.
Nice. Tickets, accidents, legal trouble, you're covered.
The Legal Buddy app, always on your side. Download it today. Enter code LEGAL for your chance to win a $250 Amazon gift card.
Buddy, it don't get much better than this.
Yep.
LouInfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen, 222-2222.
Your LouInfo.com news report. A former Florissant police officer has pleaded guilty to illegally searching the phones of 20 women during traffic stops. Prosecutors say Julian Alcala pulled the women over in early 2024 and illegally searched their phones. One woman contacted the FBI, leading investigators to uncover images from 19 others. Alcala will be sentenced on March 11th of next year. Waymo says it's bringing its self-driving taxi service to St. Louis. The company's begun driving vehicles around the area as it prepares for future public rides. There's no launch date yet. Waymo is testing downtown using electric Jaguar I-Pace vehicles. St. Louis County leaders are working to close an $81 million budget deficit. Council members say County Executive Sam Page's proposal does not fully address a $61 million revenue gap and $20 million shortfall in the health fund. Some council members warn both cuts and new revenue will be needed. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at LouInfo.com and the free Lou Info app, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. We're starting off cloudy today, but we should get some sunshine back by afternoon. We have high pressure moving in from the northern plains, and that'll keep us cold today. Low 20s on the afternoon high. Mid-teens and a few clouds for the overnight hours. Upper 30s and sunshine on Friday. Things look pretty good over the weekend. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at LouInfo.com and the free Lou Info app.
Joined now by the boss, Dave Green. Dave, we're building something pretty special here, but running a growing media company takes more than great content. Tell us why you chose Home Bank for your business banking.
For us, it's all about relationships. With Home Bank, we're not just an account number. We know the people there, and they know us, our goals, and where we're headed. That personal connection makes all the difference.
Greener, when you say relationships, what does that really look like?
They not only know my name, Cam, they know our business. And when I need something, whether it's a phone call or a text, weekday or weekend, morning or night, I get a response from someone I know and help with whatever I need.
That's huge. And for a business like ours, you need a bank that can move at the pace you're moving.
Exactly. We're in a fast-changing media world, and Home Bank has been a steady partner through it all.
Home Bank is a team behind our team. Visit myhomebank.bank or call 855-577-2001.
Home Bank, member FDIC, more than a bank, they're your business partner.
People ask all the time, who the heck is Low Cost Airlines? Well, we're not just one airline. When you're talking to us, you're talking to everyone. We are the discount supermarket for all airline tickets. Plus, we have all the airlines and always have the best prices. American, Delta, United, plus all the specialized international airlines and a lot more. And we make it easy. We guarantee you'll talk to a live human in 60 seconds. You can have the rate you need and have your trip booked in 5 minutes. Now, how cool is that? And remember, when you're talking to us, it's like talking to every single airline available with one fast phone call. All you need to do is call and find the best prices to fly wherever it is you want to go. So are you ready? Call Low Cost Airlines right now. 800-298-0306. 800-298-0306. 800-298-0306. That's 800-298-0306.
Back to more of Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Janssen.
The most perfectly trained athlete ever.
And Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
I'm an influential and respected man.
On the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com. Hot Take Central 2.0.
Yeah. 8:50 Thursday. Let's go. Freezing cold out. Freezing cold out. Arctic.
You like this?
No, I don't.
No, you do because you like the
But
house
it is
to be warm and you like the whole feel.
It is funny, though. We had Jordan Tutu on the pod, and he lives way up yonder. Way.
Like where?
Like where the Northwest Passage were. Was it, what was his name? The Franklin.
Sir Edmund Raleigh?
Yeah, the Franklin exhibition.
Sir Edmund Raleigh?
Yeah, dude. Where they got stuck. That's where he's from.
Cam Raleigh.
That's where he's from. Way.
Oh, I think I got that right.
He's way up there. And I asked him, I go, what do you think about Al Gore saying the polar ice caps? He's like, that is such crap. I go up there every single year. I've lived up there my whole life, and it's been freezing cold. The ice gets thicker. Never changed.
Seems like he watched Sean Hannity.
I mean,
there, I said that for you.
I mean, how do you can argue with the guy?
Yes.
You can argue with him?
Yes.
How?
Because there's agencies that work in the north of Canada who have been telling us for years that there is glacial ice that's melting up there that's going to raise sea levels. And I believe the scientists over the guy who listen.
The scientists that said we're going to be dead in 5 years.
Listen, the people who have always said that we it's not about being dead in 5 years. It's about we're going to hit a point where we can't reverse the changes that have happened in the next 5 to 10 years. And then
I read an article that there's more ice up there now.
40 or 50 years down the road, it's going to continually be a problem. That's why we get more. That's why weather. Everyone says like, oh, wow, it seems like weather patterns are more extreme than they used to be. And everyone's like, yeah, I wonder why that's changed in the last 30 years. And at least some people chalk it up to the issues with gas house.
Yeah, but the gloom and doom predictions haven't come to pass.
Well,
We've heard these
they
for a
usually
while.
don't. Yesterday was Ebbing Browning Day.
And I think there's something to it, and we should.
Cam, did you know that?
What's that?
Yesterday was Ebbing Browning Day.
Ebbing Browning?
Yeah. He's the guy who predicted the New Madrid fault. Like everyone quit work for a day to drive down there and watch it happen.
It's also Brian and Crouppen Day for us.
Yes, it is.
We have guests coming in. But there's a lot of people, right, and I think there's something to it. We should let the experts study it.
Sure.
Let's not overreact and kneecap ourselves. But there's a lot of people that study it that say, 30 years in the footprint of how long the Earth has been here is minuscule, and there's cycles like this all throughout history.
Yeah.
So I don't know, except I'm not smart enough to assess it. I'm not a denier,
nor
an embracer, but I am embracing.
We need to get
Let's
cleaner.
look into it and let the smart people have
We need to
at
get
it.
cleaner, no doubt about it. I just think that the doom and gloom stuff was just, whoa. It did put a lot of people in panic mode. There's a lot of people that think we're going to die.
Came to pass. So even if there is something to it, you've also turned a lot of people off.
And I think the market would dictate it too, as far as house pricing on the coast. I mean, I don't know.
I think the market has shown that it's not maybe the best predictor of certain factors like that, like sea level. I mean, sea level has literally taken houses out on the coast
during storms. There's more
You've
populated.
seen like North Carolina and stuff like that. There's those houses that are up on stilts and stuff like that. They get taken out more and more year and year. Erosion takes out more and more houses on cliff faces on the coast year and year.
Yeah, it's happened for years and years. That's normal.
That's a real thing.
But that's normal.
Sea levels are getting higher because there is glacial melt. Like that's an indisputable fact. Sea levels around the world are rising.
Jones Beach in New York.
The global temperatures
look the same.
The global temperature's gotten hotter over the last 50 years. Like it's not a disputable thing. That's a fact.
I didn't
but
dispute that.
But some people say that that's just part of the Earth's cycle.
Yeah, but the point is, if you look at the cycles in the past, like the span of time it was happening over, and in the span of time that we've seen this temperature change, that's why it's alarming to people. Because like the 0.2 degree temperature change will happen over 150 years. And now it's happened over like 40 years. And that's why it's like, well, we don't usually see these temperature changes in this short period of time. Hence why they chalk it up to greenhouse gases and things like that. And it's not like that's like Like that's established science. We know how greenhouse gases work. We know why they heat up planets, and we know what happens when planets get heated up by greenhouse gases.
Remember the ozone was going to crack?
The ozone was fixed because we stopped doing things. Like literally, the ozone.
Aerosol
there
was done
was
away
a
with.
hole in the ozone. Then we stopped doing things to create holes in the ozone, and the ozone layer got fixed over 30 years.
No, it is true.
That's like
Like
something
they
that was
outlawed
literally
you
was a
don't see
problem.
aerosol products
They
anymore.
made regulations, and then the problem over 30 years was solved because we stopped doing the thing that was dangerous.
Did we stop doing that everywhere around the world?
A lot of places did.
Like India and all that stuff.
I'm sure they have a lot of contributions to the carbon footprint. There ain't no doubt about that.
I think they're
No
viable.
one's saying they're not.
I think they're viable partners in fighting greenhouse gases.
I don't think they are. I think they
Would
they-
you not
they
buy
have
any?
issues
Would you
over
buy
there.
property by the ocean if you had coin?
Because I have an obsession with getting away from anywhere where it gets cold.
Yeah.
A lot of those places are close to the ocean. I'll end up being in the desert, but
You want to be in a desert?
eventually that'll be by the ocean. So
When
Well,
do you
here's
think
the
that's
thing,
going to
though,
happen?
I don't know, probably not. Probably a thousand years from
Well,
now.
one
the
thing
Sahara
about
Desert was
one thing
green
about capitalism, though,
5,000
they
years ago.
protect their investment. And
Because the Romans deforested the north of Italy, the north of Africa, and destroyed the agriculture.
So that created the Sierra
It was
Desert.
green the north of Africa was green 5,000 years ago. You know why it's not green 2,000 years afterwards?
Putin.
No, because they deforested the north of it, and then erosion comes down from when rain hits, the erosion hits the top of the hills and washes down, which means it washes out the trees, which means all the trees die. You deforest an area, you turn it into a desert. The north of Libya was green 2,000 to 3,000 years ago.
I agree. I know.
And then humans ruined it for thousands of years.
Do you ever think
because
of?
we can have that impact on the
You
environment?
do know, though, it is true that I'm old enough to remember that they thought an ice age was coming.
Yeah, in the 70s.
And it wasn't-
we got a text here.
And it wasn't that long ago.
I know.
Rock
70s.
isn't old enough to
It was
remember
global
when they
cooling.
were telling
Yes.
us in the 70s.
That's what's
and 80s
scary to me.
We were going to be in an ice age in a few years.
That's
And
what's
then,
scary
and
to
then
me.
they change it to, well, wait a minute. You said it was cooling. Now it's warming. Well, just call it climate change because it covers
They did
because it covers everything.
Yeah.
They haven't.
Would you?
But
Are
the
you
problem is like the issue, and then like listen, I don't know what the scientists were saying in the 70s and 80s. I wasn't alive then.
But they have
It's
books that you can
documented.
look
I know,
it up.
I know.
Yeah,
I can't.
they have books.
But like
and
the
stuff, yeah.
temperature, like people use global warming because the temperature of the planet is rising. That's why people use global warming. Like, and again, that's you can't argue that is an indisputable fact. Like the global temperature has increased over the last 50 years and over the last 20 years.
Do you ever think of what's underneath that sand? You know what I mean? That got covered up, like the Sierra Desert, like weird stuff that you could find, old temples and stuff like that.
I'm sure it's covered up a ton of stuff. Yeah.
Like, what are you getting at?
Unbelievable amounts of
Well,
stuff.
Space aliens under there?
No,
No, it's
just
probably a lot of
just
gold.
like
A
a
lot of
Gobekli Tepe kind of thing that something like that.
Treasure?
Sure,
Well,
Like
they
Oak
buried
Island?
no.
they buried
I
so much
mean,
stuff
If you
for some reason. They could bury everything.
one of the richest people on the planet lived in West Africa, Mansa Musa, and he used to take these huge trips from Western Africa to Egypt. And pretty much what he would do is the funny thing about the trips is every time he took one of the trips, apparently it's recorded that he would ruin the economy in every city he stopped in because he would literally just walk through the streets and just like throw gold to people, and because of that, he would literally like crash the local economy of cities.
He was
as
the first guy to make it rain. He was the
just
first
gonna
guy.
say that.
100%.
I was just gonna
He
say
was
you stole
100%
that
the
from me.
first guy who made it rain.
I wrote it last night.
You wrote it.
So, Cam, I'm sure somewhere in the Sahara buried are
Yeah.
dozens of cities that were
It's
economically
interesting.
ruined by this man's largesse.
Buy metal detectors and go.
Well, I'm sure it's like, but like it's centuries of sand and stuff.
Find like whale bones.
And you probably haven't seen like the ghost of or the curse of Oak Island.
Yeah, I'm sick of
Ooh.
it.
Because
Wait.
it's been on forever.
I'm sick of it.
What's the
You never heard of that?
So there's this place where like Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia, way out to
We got to go to break.
these.
And
all right,
supposedly
I wanna let you
supposedly
know.
this giant money
It's
pit is
interesting.
down there.
Yes,
Okay.
money, big time.
And for 10 years they've been trying to find on this little
Yeah,
island.
but they find little trinkets and stuff.
Our
so
friend
it's like,
Chris Gardner is a treasure hunter, so maybe
I love
maybe we can get him involved in this.
love that. All right, let's go to break. We got Ed and Brody coming on next. We'll be back. Bye. After a long day, nothing beats kicking back in a brand new hot tub from St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse. These guys are the real deal. They've been around for over 38 years and got more than 400 5-star reviews. and they've earned every single one of them. They sell premium, American-made hot tubs. USA, baby. And because they keep their overhead low, they pass the savings right on to you. You're getting better quality at a better price. And here's the best part. No hidden fees, no surprises, no, oh, by the way, charges. And if you find a comparable hot tub cheaper at a local dealer, they'll beat that price. Guaranteed. That's right, best price guarantee. No one's beating them. Plus, when you buy from St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse, you're buying from a company that's been here for decades. And they'll be here to service your tub for as long as you own it. Check them out at besthotTubPrices.com. That's besthotTubPrices.com. St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse, highest quality, best price.
Buddy.
What do you say, buddy?
Man, life comes at you fast. 1 minute you're cruising home, the next flashing lights in your rear view.
And that's when you need backup. With the Legal Buddy app, you can connect to a local attorney in seconds.
Seconds? Not waiting days for a callback?
Nope, right away. DWI, car accident, criminal charge, traffic ticket, Legal Buddy's got your back.
So it's like having a lawyer in your pocket.
Exactly. Someone ready to step in the moment you need them, no matter the situation.
That's peace of mind.
That's Legal Buddy.
We're always going to be buddies, right?
All right, where do I get this?
Just download the Legal Buddy app at LegalBuddyApp.com. Register and use code LEGAL for your chance to win a $250 Amazon gift card.
Nice. Tickets, accidents, legal trouble, you're covered.
The Legal Buddy app, always on your side. Download it today. Enter code LEGAL for your chance to win a $250 Amazon gift card.
Buddy, it don't get much better than this.
Yep.
Broadcasting live from the J. Randolph Jr. Studios in Kirkwood.
Yo to the yo to the yo.
KLIS 590 AM, Wood River, St. Louis.
Governor Tim Walz in 2026. I'm Jim Root.
From America's News Network, USA Radio News.
Commerce moves fast. Your business should too. If you're not on the first page of search results, you're losing customers. Out of sight, out of mind is true. Don't let that be you. iLocal.net has helped local businesses dominate search results since 2009. For a limited time, iLocal.net is offering a free website analysis to improve the online presence of your business. Local business owners across the U.S. turn to iLocal.net to improve their search engine rankings. Search engines are constantly changing their algorithms. You need the professionals who know how to use those changes to benefit your business. Don't hope for new customers. Get found and be chosen. Call 888-699-2407 for your free website analysis. Don't wait. Call 888-699-2407. That's 888-699-2407 for your free website analysis. Call 888-699-2407.
We interrupt this program for an on-the-spot news report.
News reports on the Lou Information Station are presented by Brown and Crouppen. 222-2222.
Hi, it's Jennifer Bardot, and I am here with Edward Jones financial advisor Bethany Schell. Bethany, when it comes to choosing a financial advisor, what should people really be asking?
Jennifer, I think the first question is simple. Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Your goals, your family, your future, it should always be personalized.
So it's not just about numbers?
Exactly. Life changes, and so does your financial situation. You want someone who will be there with you, working with you to help keep your strategy on track.
What if someone is brand new to investing?
That's the best time to start. We use an established process to create a personalized strategy backed by advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we make sure you have access to the information you need when you need it.
I love that. So it sounds like financial planning is really about living life on your own terms.
It really is. I believe feeling rich isn't about hitting a magic number. It's about having financial strategies that support a life you love. Because the key to being rich is knowing what counts. Contact me today at 314-648-2020. This is a paid-for ad by Bethany Schell at Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
The Lou Information Station presents Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Janssen and Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
Yeah, baby, let's go. 9:05 on a Thursday. Freezing cold out. Hot Take Central 2.0. Cam Janssen, Jimmy the Cat Hayes, Matthew Rocchio, Ed, and Brody Herman. We're doing our thing right here in the J. Randolph Jr. Studios in Kirkwood, Missouri. What's going on, guys? I like your. What do you got on there?
This is, I was going to say, because it's freezing out. You mentioned how cold it is. This is the heaviest cardigan sweater I've ever put on in my life, and this was the Ebbets collection. I don't know if you know the company. They make old baseball stuff. So this is a perfect recreation of the 1922 New York Yankee cardigan, and I've seen pictures of like Babe Ruth wearing this exact one.
No.
And I'll tell you, it is heavy. I feel like I'm wearing a tree. This thing is heavy.
It looks good. So
it does look
for the
good.
record, Brandon Crouppen is a Cardinal sponsor. You guys are pro Cardinals.
We are.
Personally, you grew up a Yankees fan.
Yes.
And we were talking during the break. We played a clip, I think we played it on our show, of Sonny Gray dissing his time with the Yankees and also saying basically it's good to go to a team where it's okay to hate the Yankees. He wasn't good with the Yankees. And I'm thinking to myself, Sonny was good for the Cardinals, but he would ask out of games. He would beg out of games early. I think Sox fans in Boston are going to eat him alive if he does that in Boston.
I think he's going to have a struggle. I like him personally. I was very excited when the Yankees first got him because he had been such a good pitcher with the A's, but in a very low pressure environment. And then he went to the Yankees where it's a very high pressure environment. And he really, and this happens over the years. That's why it's always so tough when the Yankees sign a big free agent pitcher. Because you never know. On the plus side, you could get somebody that works out great, like Mike Mussina did years ago, or like Garrett Cole has done, and they just rise to it. They can handle the pressure. But then you get guys that were good in other places, like Sonny Gray, or in years back, you think of like Eddie Whitson, guys who just folded because of the pressure. Then he went to the Cardinals. He did really well here for 2 years.
He was
but
good.
Again,
Good guy.
a very low pressure situation. You have a affectionate fan base, generally, at least to the players, if not to the ownership. And they were having losing seasons. So it wasn't like he pitched in any meaningful games. In Boston, they're all meaningful games. That's a team that's going to be fighting for that division in a division that has become insanely competitive. Yeah. I mean, you're looking at it and we're just seeing what's his face? Dylan Cease now just went to the Blue Jays, who were already the team that almost won the World Series. Yep. They were an inning away from winning the World Series. So then you pick up, arguably the best free agent pitcher on the market, or at least one of the top two guys, just to get better. And then on top of that, the Orioles just brought over, what's his face? The closer?
Helsley.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a division that just continues to get better and better. I think Sonny Gray, the nice thing is for him, and I wish this for him, I want to see people succeed. He has a chance to reprove to the baseball world that he can pitch in a high-pressure situation.
Yeah.
But he also has a chance to demonstrate once and for all exactly who he is, which is, I'm not a high-pressure guy.
And he's 36
his hands
now.
get sweaty.
It's not like he's young. And Cam doesn't like to see people succeed. I think we have
I
documented.
feel bad
in
for
a
him because
drop.
my hands get sweaty too, and I get nervous shaking people's hands because it's embarrassing. So
Yeah.
I kind of
what doesn't he carry a rosin bag in his pocket? He's used to using
get
that
some
damn
tar.
thing. Yeah. I mean, he's bounce around a little bit.
We had a debate on this show too, because when Sonny was introduced as a Cardinal, he had a baseball in his pocket, and he said, "I carry this everywhere." So I said, "That's a baseball guy. Like he's comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You pull it out of his pocket and just like
working on his
grip
grips
or whatever."
Yeah.
And I think it was Charlie, but someone was like, "That was just show for his for his news conference introducing him."
Of course.
Except I saw him. He always had a baseball in his
Listen,
jeans.
You got to love a baseball guy. And I did read a story about him because I am a fair guy. I read a story that he was on an airplane, just a Southwest flight, flying a commercial in the back, sat next to somebody who recognized him, and they said he was a delight. He had no ego about him on the plane, was very gracious in conversation. So, you know, he could be a good guy.
He is a good guy.
He's not the first guy in history to take issue with the Yankees or the Yankee fans. They are a different, the expectations there are unlike where they are in any other city. It truly is. And Jeter always embraced it. He talks about it openly. It's just when you have 27 championships, anything other than another one is a failure, and that's it. And it's okay. Doesn't mean you can't have a great personal season, but that's the way the city perceives it, and that's it.
And then the exact opposite is Tino Martinez, who was an icon with the Yankees and was just tremendous. They got him from Seattle, came to the Yankees, was awesome, came to the Cardinals and hated it.
He did not do well here.
And he didn't do well, and that didn't. But he was on the phone in the clubhouse talking to his former teammates about how he hated it.
Oh, God. Well, I mean, you know, now brutal. I love Tino, but when you're a guy who's, you know, who won, you know, 4 rings with a team, I don't know, wherever you go after that, kind of feeling it's going to be a bit of a letdown.
But it's a great challenge because it's also like now it's on more. There's more on my shoulders. I'm going to embrace this challenge.
Yeah, but and he was old at that. Well, by the time we got him when he's pretty old.
36, 37.
Didn't he get his ass kicked in a brawl one time? Didn't he get caught with a punch? Tino?
You know, he had that fight with Armando Benitez.
Am I thinking of somebody different? No big deal.
But didn't he? I
believe you're thinking of Ventura.
Well, Robin Ventura and Nolan Ryan.
No,
that was much earlier.
I'm thinking Robin Ventura got put in the headlock by Nolan Ryan and got like 7 noogies.
Bloodied, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, you know, look, Robin Ventura was a good player. Nobody talks about him enough.
He's in the Hall of really good.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Remember, he had that walk. It would have been a walk-off grand slam, but they mobbed him as he got around first base. They never let him finish the bases. So in the official books, it was a single.
Yep.
So, you know, that was it. I'm like, that stunk.
He had a great college career, Robin Ventura.
Where did he play?
I think, what was it, Oklahoma State or Auburn or something?
I can't remember.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State Cowboy.
Okay.
Wow, that was a quick one.
Manager though.
He missed
mostly.
You think? No, because he had about what did he have, about 319 home runs?
So his career stats 294 on the home runs, 1885 hits, finished his career with an 806 OPS, a 114 OPS plus. And the stats come down to 2 All-Star games, 6 Gold Gloves, and a 56.1 career WAR.
That's really good. That's all really good.
Yeah, that's really good.
And you never get batting average anymore.
I'm sorry.
Is that obsolete?
I'm guessing him at about 270.
Come on, Rock.
He feels like about a 270.
I gave you what the one. I like OPS plus because it gives you the round number. 267 batting average, 362 on base percentage, 444 slug for an 806 career OPS.
Pretty good.
I mean, that's and as a third baseman and a Gold Glove third baseman at that.
800 for a Gold Glove third.
Yeah,
baseman.
that's a really good career.
Gloves, Rocky.
But you know what? I think, and speaking of third baseman, because this comes up this year, Eugenio Suarez had this incredible year with the Diamondbacks, and then they traded him to the Mariners, and he had 49 home runs. And I said to Brody, I'm like, you know, this guy is very quietly having one of these incredible careers where he now has well over 300 home runs. Most people still don't know who he is, where he plays, where he's played before.
Because he's been everywhere.
Yeah, but the guy's racking up numbers. But you know what? This happens. My theory is this happens with third basemen. And if you go through and you look at guys like Bill Madlock and Aramis Ramirez, who very sneakily has numbers is pretty similar to Roland, certainly better than Ron Santo. Gary Gaetti, another third baseman, 360 homers. What is it about these Greg Nettles, 390 homers? What is it about the position of third base? You would think from a defensive standpoint, it's just a notch below shortstop. Those are some pretty big numbers. Why do those guys never get talked about?
Well, Greg Nettles, not Craig.
Greg.
I know. But a lot of people.
Yes, because of the spelling.
Yeah, because of the spelling. To me, is the greatest defensive third baseman I've ever seen. Since I got to see Arenado.
That's a dumb way to spell that name.
What is it?
Yes.
Graig. So people used to say Craig. But to me, I would say Arenado's better. I got to see him up close and personal. But one of the greatest defensive third baseman all time with power. Back then, 32 homers in a season was like 45
It was
now.
big power. And am
Big
I right?
power.
It was a 390 on his home runs on Nettles.
Yes, sir.
Pretty
390
good.
on
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
nose.
that's
I
right,
mean,
yeah.
so how does now his batting average was south of 250.
248.
Yeah,
Well,
so that's
narrow,
why I
my
know why
man.
he's not in the hall.
But Suarez, to me, is a Kingman, Rob Deere
But
type guy
your point,
where
if you're talking about WAR and we're comparing third baseman, so we can use WAR because it's only for positions. Greg Nettles 68 WAR compared to the 59.1 for Robin Ventura. Just throwing that out there.
So I mean that's really solid WAR number for Nettles.
I've always thought Nettles was better than Ventura.
yeah, to me.
But yeah,
2 Gold Gloves, 6 All-Stars,
and he's
2
and
World
he's got
Series.
2 World Series rings with the Yankees and then a World Series appearance with the Padres in
And that
84.
one
And an
one
ALCS
series,
MVP.
I don't. You probably remember more than me because I'm terrible with like details. But there was one postseason series that Nettles won it with his glove.
Yeah, and that's the one he got the ALCS MVP.
With his
yeah,
glove.
but that happens.
Okay.
Well, that's like when Brooks Robinson won the MVP, I think, of the 70 World
Yeah.
Series.
Beat the
He had a
Reds.
great bat, but it was his 3 defensive plays that everybody remembers that get shown over and over and over again. And he was incredible. But I don't know. I feel like third base is one of those areas where a lot of guys have these amazing
Yeah.
careers. Pull up the stats for Aramis Ramirez.
We don't
Oh,
value
I
third
love-
baseman
We
properly.
don't talk
We
about
don't.
Ramos Ramirez enough.
We
Ramos
don't.
Ramirez was great.
The guy came and went and quietly had this brilliant career with tremendous power. Because he played on lousy teams.
And my,
He was on the Cubs mostly.
my
And
thing
the
is-
Pirates,
and
between
you got to
the two.
remember, like it's for me, like the perfect gauge of a player is if you watch that player when you were 13 years old, were you scared when your team had to face him? And that's why, like, one of the guys that I think is most underrated in the NFL is Bryant Young, the defensive tackle for the 49ers.
Yeah.
I remember as a child being terrified every time the Rams had to play the 49ers because of him. Aramis Ramirez, there was a stretch there where I hated when the Cardinals played the Cubs because he was going to do something along with Soriano.
Yeah, and I have
Derek
that
Lee was
same,
underrated too.
Yes, I have that same experience growing up in my time period with guys like Jim Rice. When he wasn't in the hall and needed to be, I said, you know what? These guys were not watching back then. Because as a person who watched all of those Yankee Red Sox games in 1977 to 78, and I was a little kid watching with my dad, but it was literally every time Jim Rice came to the plate, everybody was just convinced that he was going to do something and kill us. We did not. He was the last guy we wanted to see up. And that lineup had Fred Lynn at his peak and had Carly Yastrzemski. But when Jim Rice came up, it scared us. And then in those World Series playing the Dodgers, that's the way we perceived Steve Garvey. And he's another one that I know for personal reasons kept him out of the hall with all the paternity suits. And now politically, he's a jackwad. But as a player, the guy's got a lot of seasons of over 200 hits as a first baseman. People will knock his defense, but he had that longest errorless streak in the history of first baseman over there. And when he came up to the plate, he was the guy you didn't want to see. If you were a
Huge
Yankee
forearms
fan,
too. Huge forearms,
Huge.
like Popeye.
And I met the guy in Vegas, and I say to him, I say, "You got a great head of hair, my God." And I didn't realize that he's a spokesperson for the Bosley Institute.
he
no
went the Bosley
free
route.
plugs for Bosley, but I got to tell you, like, and maybe it's different because he as a player, he had a head of hair that you thought was going to last forever.
He was a beautiful man.
He was a beautiful man, but all things, I guess, fade, and that hair was not real. But he had no problem talking about it. He said he was actually a spokesperson for them. I said I had no idea.
I want to double check AI really quickly because I just Googled Greg Nettles wins a series with his glove to see what I would get, and the AI is kicking out.
AI is wrong.
I know, and that's why I want to double check with the guy who brought it up and a Yankees fan because what they're saying is that it's the game that you're referring to potentially is he made 4 spectacular games in Game 3 of the 1978 World Series to help the Yankees defeat the Dodgers.
Might be.
It might have been the
turning point
78
being,
World Series.
5-1 the Yankees victory prevented the Dodgers from taking an insurmountable 3-0 lead.
I mean,
I think Bucky Dent might have been the MVP of that World Series. If it wasn't him, it was Brian Doyle.
Some
weird,
some
weird, and a backup second baseman at that because Randolph was the starter.
Right.
And you talk about weird, like once there was no Nettles, it was like a Charlie Hayes, a Brocious, a Mike Pagliarulo.
Right, yeah. So all the
like
Yankee
there was like
third
a whole
basemen
bunch
that came through, and really they didn't have any stability at that position until A-Rod.
Yeah, that's right.
That was a rotating door. And, he wrote a book, and there was a great period of time where people any baseball book was taboo. You know, the first real one was Ball 4 by
Still
Jim
love it.
Bouton.
Jim
Still,
Bouton, yeah.
still
The best.
the gold standard.
Yep.
Of baseball books. It really is. It's phenomenal. If anybody out there is a fan and hasn't read Ball 4, it's an easy read because it's almost like a journal of his season with the Seattle Pilots. And that was really controversial. But all of the baseball books that were coming out during that time, because, you know, you're sharing locker room secrets, the kind of stuff where you can get your butt kicked. But he came out with a book when he left the Yankees and went to the Padres called Balls, where he really does a number on George Steinbrenner and his experience with the Yankees and how poorly it ended. And apparently, almost in retaliation, the Yankees retired Nettles' number 9 for Roger Maris, who had been retired from the game and he hadn't been a Yankee for over 20 years. For over 20 years, he hadn't been a Yankee. Nobody had even considered retiring Maris's number. He had 2 MVPs with the team, but really didn't spend very much time with the Yankees. Didn't come up with them. Didn't finish with them, just had 2 amazing years in 60 and 61. But Steinbrenner and an active retaliation against Nettles were like, oh, no, we'll retire number 9, but we're going to do it for Maris.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of viciousness out
around.
there. And you mentioned Dave Kingman. I listened to a podcast that is it Jeff Pearlman that puts it in?
Yes.
Did you listen to his thing that he talked about
I listened
Kingman?
to some of the clips on it.
Whoa!
Except here, he killed Kingman as being like the most horrible person, hated by everyone, by managers, teammates. Except if you read the comments, because I always am, and I'm not a big read the comments guy, but I was curious if there was like fan interaction, and all the comments were fans that had run into him, like you said, on a plane or at a restaurant, and they all said he was really, really nice.
You know, maybe he was an energy guy. You know, some guys, you know, if you're in a good energy, everything is great with the world. But if your energy is off, everybody is your enemy. And he may have just been one of those guys. I will say, even without all of the commentary, you look at the back of his baseball card and you say, well, this is a little suspicious. Well, how do you get a guy who in one season played for four different teams? And at that time, there were only 4 divisions. So he played for one team in each of the 4 divisions. And then I think in his final season, he had like 35 or 36 home runs in his last year at a time where 35 or 36 home runs in a season could have been enough to lead the league. And he couldn't get a deal anywhere as close to 500 homers as he was.
Yeah,
you get 35,
flag.
36. Oh, big red flag.
Yeah.
Big red flag. And what's a shame is nowadays, all of your Cal Raleigh, I like Cal Raleigh, but all your Cal Raleigh fans that thought he should have won the MVP award this year, which I thought would have been nuts, those were all guys who would have crapped on Kingman. Kingman's batting average for his career is basically what Raleigh did in his, quote, MVP season. So, you know, what do you say about that?
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
Kingman.
That is wild.
And Kingman was one of the guys when he came up. You know, you talk about guys you don't want to miss because he would hit ball 500 feet.
Country mile.
He did it, 35 home runs, 94 RBI, but according to OPS Plus, 10% below an average hitter, 90 OPS Plus.
Because he was all or nothing.
Yeah, he struck out too much. And he was a butcher in the outfield and didn't care about
126 strikeouts, though.
Not as bad as Adam Dunn, though.
126
That's true.
strikeouts.
But let me tell you something. Adam Dunn, look up Adam Dunn's career on base percentage and compare it to Ichiro Suzuki, who was 1 vote shy of being a unanimous Hall of Famer. And I'm pretty confident you're going to see that Adam Dunn's on base percentage is actually higher.
Didn't he walk
than
a lot?
Ichiro
He must have had to
Suzuki.
walk a
He
lot.
did. He had a great eye. But I'm talking for their careers. I'm not saying one fluke
Get
year.
the hell out of here.
What's Adam Dunn's career?
9 points higher, 364 OBP to 355 by Ichiro.
Do you see that? You're talking about Ichiro Suzuki, who everybody listen.
He's got 90 points on the slide.
And the reason I compare him to Ichiro, and I love Ichiro, not to take anything away from him, but he largely hit singles. So to compare him to a guy who mostly walked is not a bad comparison. You're going on first, and that's it.
Career OPS Plus. So Ichiro for his career was 7% better than the average hitter, according to OPS Plus. Adam Dunn, 24% better.
Exactly. Now the question, and no, but here's the thing. But this is why it's so important to have these waiting periods after somebody's career is done. And I objected when the Hall of Fame limited voting to 10 years instead of the 15 years you could have stayed on the ballot, because You don't really understand Adam Dunn's career yet. He was just maybe ahead of his time, because if you look at the numbers he puts up compared to the guys that are being revered today, they would value a guy like that much higher. Look how many seasons in a row he had 40 homers, 100 ribs, and 100 walks. You know, that puts him, those are MVP numbers nowadays.
Ted Simmons went through that.
Right.
He wasn't valued until the numbers got modernized and people were able to actually fairly look at his body of work.
Because the problem is when you retire, everyone's instinct is, I'm going to compare you to the 20 years before you. What about the 20 years after you? I mean, your career stands in a moment of time that has a before and an after.
Yes.
And to understand where somebody fits into the history of the game, you got to analyze both.
I think we do a lot of would this player work in a previous era. I don't think we do nearly enough of like how special would this certain player who might have been seen as like a gadget or a hybrid or a tweener in his era. Like, I think there's a lot of guys, and we don't talk about like guys who would be even better in today's era with the kind of game they had. And that's like one of my favorite things to look at, because there are guys who at the time,
give me a name.
because it was
I'll give
less
you a name.
conventional.
Give you a name.
I will give you a name.
Every
And
undersized center?
Give me a name.
I saw a great video. There's a woman on TikTok. She's a young woman who she's like a Bill James type. She does her own statistical analysis and everything. And she did a great piece on Dave Stieb and how if we were looking at the modern day metrics, the way the pitchers are evaluated today, that Dave Stieb would have won 3 Cy Young Awards in the 1980s and would have been a lock to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And unfortunately, because there was so much emphasis back then put on how many wins did he get, as if that's within the pitcher's control, that he basically got no Hall of Fame consideration.
Holy crap.
He was an all-star a bunch of times.
Yeah,
though.
but here, go ahead. Take us through what you're seeing.
I mean, yeah, he was a 7-time All-Star and he won an ERA title, but the highest he ever finished in Cy Young voting was 4th. He finished 7th 2 other times and 5th another time. But I mean, yeah, he had some pretty incredible seasons.
But look at like where his WAR is as a pitcher compared to the other people of those.
He has a 56.4 WAR. The problem is he falls off pretty early. He falls off kind of at 33, and he's done playing by 35. He comes back in his age 40 season after not playing for 4 years. But if you bottle up, I mean, 82 to 85, he puts out seasons for pitcher WAR of 7.6 leads the league, 7.0 leads the league, 7.9 leads the league.
Those are the
6.8 right on the edge of leading the league.
That's what I'm saying.
Straight
but that's
years of dominance,
right? And if you lead the league in WAR.
4 straight
Nowadays, the chances of winning the Cy Young is almost 100%.
There was a year where he led the league in pitcher WAR and did not finish in the top 10 in Cy Young voting.
The game is looked at so dramatically different, even than it was 20 years ago. Look at 2005 and look at Johan Santana's season versus Bartolo Colon.
This is nuts. Okay, so in 1993, he did not finish in the top 10 in Cy Young voting. He was an all-star. 36 starts, 17-12. 3.04 ERA, 278 innings pitched, 187 strikeouts, and he led the league by only hitting 14 batters.
Let me tell you,
he was incredible.
Do you have any idea the kind of money that he would get in today's game?
No, a lot.
I mean, it's how frustrating is that? You must have talked to players about that, both of you, when they know that their numbers are so much better.
It oozes out of them
today. It does.
It oozes out
it
of them. Trust me.
Because what other industry has seen that dramatic of a change between what the average player makes? When I grew up in the 70s and 80s, the league minimum in the 70s was $22,000 a year. I think the league minimum now is $880,000 a year. What other? I mean, the minimum. You get put on the roster at because some guy got hurt and you're up there at on the bench and you're getting 880,000 compared to 22,000.
Well, sports talk radio, we're all millionaires.
No doubt about it.
By today's standard. I think the players that were great in their past that didn't get the bag, as the kids say, they're bitter.
They are bitter.
They are bitter.
They are bitter.
But they also realize, I mean, if you were a really good player, you got paid good money for the time and great experiences. And I think you got to accept it for what it is. And plus, there's now like ways to make money now that weren't available to the generation before.
If you were at least, middle of the road or better, you can work the circuit. There are card shows, there are opportunities, memorabilia, and what have you. And but what do you say? He's got something.
I'm diving deeper into this Dave Steve thing. He was beaten. He was beaten in the '82 Cy Young voting by Dan Quisenberry, who was a closer, which is kind of blows my mind.
And how many saves did Quiz have? Like 32?
35.
Okay.
Dave Steve's pitcher WAR again was 7.6. Dan Quisenberry's was 3.3. Jim Palmer's was 4.8. Jim Palmer had a slightly better ERA, less wins, less innings pitched, a better WHIP, lower ERA plus. And then Pete Vukovich won the AL Cy Young that year. Pete Vukovich had one more win, a worse ERA, pitched 60 less innings, had 10 less complete games and 4 less strikeouts.
Now, let me ask you, what drugs?
What the hell was going on in the American League?
Yeah, I mean, what? They should stand trial.
Should be retroactive.
They should stand trial. This is like Nuremberg. Bring these voters on there. Explain yourself.
By the way, the fifth place voter in the AL Cy Young voting had the second highest WAR for a pitcher that year, Rick Sutcliffe.
Yes,
he was he was by WAR the second best pitcher, and he finished 5th.
Yes,
in the Cy Young voting.
now the reason Vukovich won, he was with the Brewers that year, right? And they went to the World Series.
Yes.
So you could see how much the voters in different eras, how much emphasis they put on the success of your team, not just about how you play.
That's a really rough season if you're a Cardinal fan.
Kind of like they give away Gold Gloves, though. If you're a good offense.
Well, so Vukovich wins the AL Cy Young. Guess who wins the NL Cy Young in '82?
82. Oh, that was a Cardinal.
It was former Cardinal.
Oh,
Steve
Carlton. Yeah.
So literally 82, the winners of the Cy Young are Pete Vukovich and Steve
both
Carlton.
former Cardinals.
Oof, rough one.
Yeah, that's a bad
finishes
one.
third in the NL.
Oh,
can I question something though? I still think, and I understand that the value has shifted to at the bottom of the stack, but I still look at wins. I don't think they're meaningless because I think there's something to a guy who can still maintain a winning record on a losing team, or a guy who, whatever it is, can't finish games and get W. I don't think they're meaningless. I'm not saying that I put it
Let me say
at
this.
the top by any stretch. It's lower tier,
Yes,
but still has some value.
They can be meaningful depending on the rest of the numbers, like within context.
Yes, everything's a piece of a puzzle piece.
If I see a guy who's able to get 15 to 20 wins, like you look at Maddox, for example, who to me is my favorite pitcher of all time. Like, I won't say he's the best because there's arguments for a few other guys, but he's certainly in that argument. He had, 17 seasons in a row with 15 wins or more, including 2 strike-shortened years. Can you look that up and see if that's right?
Yeah, Rock's the only one who's good at that stuff.
When you're able to do that, that is the pitcher. That has nothing to do with the ups and downs of the team, that level of production and consistency. During a year, if you have a lot of wins and you have over 200 innings, I think you've earned those wins. Those wins are significant. But the problem is nowadays where too many starting pitchers are pulled in the 6th inning, the opportunity to even get a decision has just been taken away.
What was the metric you put out?
That he had like 17 years in a row with like 15 or more wins.
Okay, I'm looking at 20 straight years of 14 or of 13 or more.
Yeah, but go with 15 or more. I think it starts in 88.
Yes, 88 to 2004. It's 16 or 15 or more because of the strike shortened seasons. Yeah, 15 or more, 88 to 2004. But I just want to say 05, 06, 07, he wins 13, 15, and 14.
Right, and let me tell you.
I mean,
and I mean. He could have continued to pitch a little longer if he wanted to. He wound up getting one more win than Clemens, which was by far the most of any modern era pitcher outside of, I think, Warren Spahn. But for right-handed pitchers, it was the top. He could have passed Spahn. I think Spahn's at 363.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember the stat, but I think during the season someone had it. But in a typical season, how many times Maddox had a 3-ball count?
Oh, let me tell you something.
Maybe that was you that told me.
It is a ridiculously low amount, and a lot of those were just intentional walks. He also had a year, look at that he doesn't win the Cy Young for. Look up the year Maddox has 19 wins, pitches 220 innings, and only walked 20 guys. And I think 6 of those might have been intentional walks. Can you
insane.
imagine that level of pinpoint control? And he doesn't win the Cy Young.
I'm more
that
impressed
year.
by
He got the bag,
I'm
though,
more
didn't
impressed
he?
by your recall on that one. Jesus Christ.
Was that right?
1997, he goes 19-4 with a 2.20 ERA. He has 20 walks, 6 of them being intentional walks, 232 innings pitched. He leads the league in home runs per 9, walks per 9, strikeouts per walk, and win-loss percentage.
And he loses the Cy Young to Randy Johnson?
He finishes second in Cy Young voting, and let's scroll down. And
I don't remember.
you want a second shot at that?
97.
Randy Johnson was in the AL.
Yeah, by then he was in the AL. Let's see. 97 was that Pedro Martinez?
Yes, it was Pedro Martinez with the Expo.
Yeah.
Dang,
Yeah,
sir.
but who also
job.
had an amazing year, but I
Wow.
think had only 17 wins that year.
Better
19?
WAR though.
17 wins?
9 WAR for Pedro on a 17 wins, but the 1.9 ERA.
But yes, and so I have no knock on Pedro. That certainly was deserving. But
complete games in 1998.
yeah, but nobody has those kind of numbers. And here's the other great Maddox statistic for you out there who may not realize how good this guy is. I believe on three separate years in his career, he had a higher batting average as a hitter than the opponent batting average was season long against him.
Jesus. Did he get the bag?
The money? Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Big time.
Yeah, big time.
Big time.
Thank you, Scott.
Because he
Boras.
creeped into what? When he retired?
He retired mid 80s. He got a little bit later than that, actually, maybe 08, because he gets into the Hall of Fame in 14. I went to his induction.
Did you really? That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. That was one of the greatest Hall of Fame classes.
I see him on
in
social
history.
media here and there doing stuff.
You know what? The funniest thing about
I
him,
just saw him do
to look at him, the guy don't look like an athlete at
No,
all.
no.
He has no physique.
Looks like
He's
a
got a paunchy belly.
businessman.
Even when he played.
And he was also one of the best defensive pitchers ever.
Not one of and arguably the best at his position than anybody's ever been at their position. He has 18 Gold Glove awards. Nobody else has got 18 at any position.
And he looks like just a guy that you pass on the street.
Wears eyeglasses.
In Greg Maddox's 3 Cy Young seasons, in three of his Cy Young seasons, and then 1998, his batting average against was 197, 207, 210, and 220. He has 3 seasons in his career where he batted 333, 240, and 222.
And he didn't have an overpowering fastball.
No.
Like that just shows you if you eliminate walks,
that's it.
That's half the battle for a lot of pitchers.
It's all, if you can locate, that's everything. And for him, he was a location guy. I love that there is a special stat named after him. If a person throws a Maddox, that means they threw a complete game with less than 100 pitches. The fact that even exists, and that because he would say, why do I want to strike a guy out? If I can get him out on 1 pitch, why do I want to waste 3 pitches? And yet he still finished with over 3,200 strikeouts.
Now, the Cardinals right now are all in on swing and miss, right? Because we've seen the pitch to contact, and it
3,300,
and it hasn't necessarily worked out. So they're kind of changing philosophy. But that's baseball, cyclical. Everything is cyclical, right?
And yet that in a way, it's good for the game because the sports debates in baseball are never ending. You don't get it in any other sport. Nobody reflects on the history. You'll get a player comparison. You'll get people ad nauseum talking about LeBron versus Jordan or Kobe, individual players, but you don't get what you get in baseball, where people look at eras and will compare entire generations of players, one versus another. There's just no other sport that does that.
And plus, the hot stove in baseball is unique. Like, everyone cares if you like an NHL team with the Blues, maybe you like the Knicks, an NBA team, but the amount of examination that every roster gets as you're looking for a guy who could help your team in the discussion, to me, that's what makes baseball great.
It is. Yeah. The hot stove is by far the best in baseball. A lot of that, though, is because the other sports have a more exciting draft, but because those guys are going straight onto the roster.
Right.
Nobody really cares that much about the baseball draft outside of maybe the top 5 picks. And then set it and forget it. We'll figure out what happens with those guys down the road.
People don't know who they are generally.
And then once in a while, you'll get a situation where you'll get like a Paul Skeens, who will get called up like the year he's drafted or the year after he's drafted, and to make an immediate impact.
Dominate.
But those are, and when that does happen, it's everyone loves it. It's miraculous. but that's not the norm.
No.
You gotta wait around. But the hot stove in baseball, they have done real well with postseason awards, winter meetings, a veterans ballot, regular ballot, then the GM conference. New rules get introduced. The trades are a much bigger deal in baseball, I think, than they are in other sports.
The trade deadline is the madness in baseball is bigger than any other sport.
That's
by
true
far.
too. That's true too.
By far.
That's true too. And
What's
that's
up with you,
mid-season hot
Brody?
stove.
What's
Yeah,
up with you,
enough of me.
Brody?
Yeah.
What's up, baby?
I'm doing great, Ken. How you guys doing?
We're good. You gonna watch college football this weekend? What you doing?
Oh, absolutely. I don't know. I know there are conference title games going on. The Big 12, we got BYU and Texas Tech. We've got Duke and Virginia in the ACC. We've got Indiana and Ohio State.
Now
in
that's
Big
the
Ten.
game. Wait a second. Can you give us a little take? Indiana, Ohio State.
Let's
it's
go.
easy for us to say Ohio State's going to win. They're the defending national champions. They're undefeated. But you can't discount destiny.
Okay, well,
Is
first of
Indiana
all,
a team of destiny?
No, Indiana ain't gonna win it. By the way, Ohio State's winning it. I hate to break it. I hate to burst Indiana's. But by the way, Kirk Cignetti, he's had a tremendous turnaround in Indiana, one of the best rebuilds of the entire decade so far. He's a fantastic coach. He came from James Madison. He's done a phenomenal job with the Hoosiers. I legitimately believe Fernando Mendoza is a first-round draft pick at quarterback. However, Ohio State's just, oh, God, they're so special. Julian Sand flinging the pigskin. You've got guys like Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate. You got C.J. Donaldson in the backfield. You got Styles and the other corner, Downs, Caleb Downs. I mean, they've got loads and loads of talent at Ohio State. I mean, they could repeat as national champions. Let's be honest here. Ohio State is really, really special.
Well, let me ask you this. If they don't repeat as national champions, it will be because the national champion is
either Georgia or Alabama.
Yeah,
but if I have to give one, I'm more confident in Georgia because I think Alabama gets their win early in the year, and then I think Georgia beats them in the SEC championship game as retribution. So I think it's Georgia. I'm more confident.
But Alabama
in Georgia than
started
Alabama.
the year a little shaky.
Yeah,
didn't
they lost to Florida State, and then basically have been flawless ever since. I mean, Kalen DeBoer, they've got a great passing game there. Ryan Williams and Jeremy Bernard, and they've got a very impressive quarterback this year, Ty Simpson, and just and the Alabama Crimson got a great left tackle, Caden Proctor. The Alabama Crimson Tide are for real. I know Kalen DeBoer gets a lot of flack. Don't fire him. Don't.
They were talking about it earlier.
Out. Yeah, Alabama's legit. Alabama's legitimately a top
Their
3 team in the
quarterback
country.
is awesome. I'm a big Simpson.
Ty Simpson fan, yeah, absolutely, no doubt about it, Jim. They are a legitimate top 3 team in the country. Top 3 teams: Alabama, Georgia, and Ohio State, and really everybody else is just kind of in a tier below them. If you want to be honest, there's just not really anybody else. Maybe a sleeper team in the playoffs is Notre Dame because Jeremiah Love is that dude. He is special. Native St. Louis and graduated from CBC in 2023. Jeremiah Love is special, and Notre Dame is coming. Notre Dame is going. I know everyone's like, don't put him in the playoff. Notre Dame bias or whatever. Notre Dame is that sleeper team though that could surprise people in college football. They're the team that could make a legitimate run. I think Marcus Freeman's a heck of a coach since taking over there at Notre Dame, but top 3 teams in the country. It's Alabama, Georgia, and Ohio State. Really, everybody else. Indiana, great job. Kirk Cignetti's done over there. Really, that rebuild. Texas A&M, Mike Elko, same thing in the SEC. Marcel Reed, great decision by going with Marcel Reed this season instead of Connor Wegman. That's really put the Aggies over the top and really have gotten them in contention back in the SEC again. John Mateer and bringing in Brent Venables saved his job by hiring Ben Arbuckle as his offensive coordinator and making John Mateer the quarterback. That was fantastic. And the Sooners are probably a college football playoff team. We know the Ole Miss situation. Obviously, Lane Kiffin, not loyal Lane is what we call him as he departs to Baton Rouge and goes to LSU. And now Ole Miss is going to
Good for him.
Listen, LSU's a better job than Ole Miss.
And he's making more money.
He's making more money.
Who wins the Heisman? That's what I want.
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, goodness me. Julian Sand could win the Heisman. I think Fernando Mendoza could win the Heisman. If I'm going to have to choose one, it's probably Julian Sand. Probably wins the Heisman.
No Pavia?
No Pavia. Come on. Really? Listen,
Diego Pavia's
is
brother.
a character, isn't he? Oh, Diego Pavia is a heck of a character. My goodness me. He's made Vanderbilt Commodore football relevant again. You got to love it. He's always going to go down as the guy who beat Alabama. I got to love him.
That's why I say he's a contender, because he put them on their shoulders and stretch it. Like the numbers there's no great numbers from the quarterbacks. Good. No. But his numbers are in the ballpark, but what he's meant to the team I think makes him part of the
Vanderbilt's
conversation.
not a college football playoff team, though, Jim. I'm going to be honest. Vanderbilt's not a college football playoff
So you got to
team,
be in
opinion. I think you got to be in it. Come
All
on.
right.
You got to be in it. To win the Heisman, you got to be in it.
All right.
Come on. You got to be in the thick of it. No, I mean, listen, it's going to be a heck of a college football playoff. It's got 12 teams. You got people that think it's too many teams, and then you got people think that they should expand it even further. You're never going to find a happy medium with these people. It's never going to be the right number.
I like where it's at right now.
12 is
I like
nice.
where it's at.
I like where
yeah.
it's at.
It's
Fine.
comfortable.
Let's go.
Listen, do you really think that there's been any team that wasn't in the top 12 that we all would be comfortable calling the national champion? I mean, come on. If you're not in the top 12, you're not the national champion.
No.
Sorry. Go do better next year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
I'm looking forward to see BYU. Shout out to Kalani Sitake, native of Kirkwood. He was recently, I think, reports that he could get the Penn State job, but he's staying at his alma mater, BYU, and they're going to be the Big 12 championship game against Texas Tech.
Did he say I'm staying after he knew he wasn't getting the job? That's the only question I had.
I don't know. I think he loves BYU. He played at BYU.
The Penn State job.
What's that? He did. That's what I'm saying. He turned it down before he found out he wasn't going to get it.
No, they wanted him.
Okay, he was their number
Penn State
one.
Was giving him Penn State was swung
All
and
right,
missed.
that's-
Yeah, no,
God
Penn
bless
State,
him.
I mean,
Penn State is now up a river without a creek. They're
terrible.
Up a river
Rockio.
without a creek. Up a river
Rockio,
without a
they
paddle.
fumbled the coaching. So just hire Matt
Munson.
Campbell. Just get it over with. Just hire Matt Campbell.
I don't think Matt Campbell wants to leave. I think he loves Ames.
God,
There's
just
something
offer money until he goes.
Wait,
Just
Iowa City? No.
oh, come on.
I think you could still jump in and get Lane Kiffin if you're Penn State.
Oh.
I think there's a loophole there.
Oh, the NFL was more likely. Believe me, if he's getting an NFL job, he's the first guy to get on a plane and go to the NFL tomorrow. Tomorrow,
he's loyal.
he would do it.
If I had my choice, I'd be in college.
I
know,
instead of the
Jimmy. Do
NFL.
what you're supposed to do. Listen, every time Penn State's in a bad spot, which is twice now in the last 20 years, we get a fired NFL coach, Brian Dable, step up, just like Bill O'Brien did to stabilize the program. Step up, Brian Dable. Let's go.
Why not Matt Rule? I guess because how bad Nebraska is and he signed his contract extension.
I don't think Matt Rule's that good of a coach.
I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. That's why Raiola's behind us in the transfer portal.
He looks like a bumbling goofball every time I watch a Nebraska game.
Oh,
which is not
golly.
Rock, if you had your
Barbara
choice of would you be an NFL coach? We're talking about successful. I don't.
I'd be an
or
NFL
college.
Coach. I'd be an NFL coach.
Yeah, I asked him. I remember him
I'd be
saying
an
that.
NFL coach.
I'm more of a pro sports.
I love those
guy.
buyouts. You know who the highest paid guys are? The fired college coach with the buyouts.
It's not a bad. I mean, that's kind of like would you rather be a starting quarterback or a backup quarterback? It's like life's probably better as the
I'd like to make
backup.
$10 million in Oregon.
Chase Daniel is
Pulling
living life,
2.1 million,
Rockio.
no responsibilities beyond hold the clipboard and be prepared.
Yeah,
I
want to
you know what
simplify.
would be a good deal for me? I like to be a bench coach of the baseball team.
Yes, that's a good
I don't
one.
need to be the manager. It's too much work. I don't want to have to pay that close of attention. But sit on the bench, guy come back after striking out, tap him on the knee.
Here's the real call.
Tell him,
Here's
you
the
know
real
what, you
call.
had some good swings.
Second
exactly.
string.
You're getting close.
You want to be the second string center or the bullpen catcher?
Bullpen catch? Yeah, but you're so removed from getting to see the game. You're just sitting out in the middle
And
of
you're
nowhere.
still at every game, but you're not playing. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but the bullpen catcher is typically not a player on the active roster, is it? Or do
No,
they hire
it's usually
somebody?
the backup catcher or third
Jamie
string
Pogue
catcher.
has been the backup, the bullpen. I think
'Cause when
catcher
else are they
coach,
gonna
but
get
he's
their
also
reps?
been
Who's-
the
they gotta
he's a
get their
coach.
reps.
Back in like 2013, Rob Johnson, I think, was the bullpen catcher. And after games, after all the big players would talk, he'd always be at his locker, and I'd walk over and just ask him like 2 or 3 random baseball questions. He was so much fun to talk to. I love bullpen catchers.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of those guys are the guys that become managers.
They're the best.
Yeah, they
I
are.
mean, they are. How many managers are catchers that were not
that's
like
true.
great catchers, but like
But
John
the
Schneider, I
bullpen
think, is-
coach is different. I mean, the bullpen catcher is different than a coach. Like the Cardinals have guys that are
Yes,
sort of ancillary
but
coaches. There was a
they're
Cardinal.
catchers.
There was a Cardinal bullpen catcher who got fired, and it was the year they won it all. Though he was fired, but he also I think he got a full share. I think he got $248,000.
Why did he get fired?
Didn't get along with certain staff.
You know,
Yeah, well, there you go.
you know. And meanwhile, he got those guys, you know, good enough to win a World Series.
Yeah.
But
I got to probably do a Wrestling on the Spectrum promo.
What do you got there?
Right
What do you
now.
got there,
Yes.
buddy?
Saturday at 11 a.m. Guys, we are embarking on a national event. It's going to be in Washington, D.C. John Cena's final retirement match will be in Washington, D.C. Believe me, I will say this. The leader of the free world will probably be there. It is going to be a major national event. John Cena's final match in Washington,
is the world
DC.
even free anymore?
I don't know, but it's
You may
gonna
be able to
December.
say the world. I don't know. We can call it the free world anymore.
I don't know either, but we're going to talk about all that. His final opponent is going to be picked. It's whoever the final opponent's going to be. We're going to find out on Friday, and then we're going to talk about it Saturday. And we're going to recap Survivor Series.
Well, give us your prediction. Who do you think they will pick as his final opponent and why?
Gunther's going to beat LA Knight, I think, and I think they'll actually end it with Cena. Gunther will be in Washington, D.C. I think that's the matchup that Cena would want. That's the matchup that they would want.
Yes, and that's the match you would want because I know Gunther's your favorite wrestler, and you're dying for him to get put over by Cena on Cena's way out the door.
Wouldn't that be something?
See, I'm learning the lingo.
See, exactly.
You like that? Being put over. I get
right.
so excited. It's like sometimes I'll have a Gentile friend get excited when they learn a word or two of Yiddish, and then they use it and they get excited about it. It's adorable, and I appreciate it.
That's me.
That's how I feel when I use one of those wrestling terms. I like smile at myself when I use like babyface correctly or a heel turn.
Yeah, that's right.
He's a heel.
He's stretching over there.
There you go.
Well, right on, my man.
11 a.m. this Saturday, right here on the Lou Information. It's 11 a.m. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to recap Survivor Series.
With the bell.
His final opponent. It's going to be a great show, Wrestling on the Spectrum. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fantastic.
All right. Ed and Brody, always a pleasure. Thanks, guys, for stopping by. Hey, we're going to go to break. Don't go anywhere. This is Hot Take Central 2.0. Woo, baby.
You've seen this. It's brand new. Are you online?
Oh, hey. Oh, so you're new here.
All right, let's get cracking.
Okay, then maybe you should check out our website.
You're insane.
Well, you download songs illegally from the internet.
LouInfo.com. LouInfo.com. The Lou Information Station. 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis.
Our origin story begins.
Hey, St. Louis, looking for high-flying action and electric energy? Grab your crew, hit the road, and experience a Grizzlies game night in Memphis. An unmatched atmosphere and star-studded NBA matchups are waiting for you just down the road on I-55. There's nothing like Grizz game energy, and there's nothing like being here with 19,000 new Grizz Nation friends at FedEx Forum. Dive into the action, follow the Grizzlies on social media, and visit grizzlies.com/tickets to grab your seats today. That's grizzlies.com/tickets.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It should not be based solely on advertisements.
Not sure how to get a lawyer after an accident? Call Brown and Crouppen. We'll walk you through it. Worried it'll cost too much? Here's a fact. At Brown and Crouppen, you pay nothing up front, and we never get paid unless you do. When you're our client, you'll have all your questions answered, all for free. Hurt? Get the facts and help you need. Call Brown and Crouppen now.
LouInfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. GetBC.com.
Your LootInfo.com news report. A former Florissant police officer has pleaded guilty to illegally searching the phones of 20 women during traffic stops. Prosecutors say Julian Alcala pulled the women over in early 2024 and illegally searched their phones. One woman contacted the FBI, leading investigators to uncover images from 19 others. Alcala will be sentenced on March 11th of next year. Waymo says it's bringing its self-driving taxi service to St. Louis. The company's begun driving vehicles around the area as it prepares for future public rides. There's no launch date yet. Waymo is testing downtown using electric Jaguar I-Pace vehicles. St. Louis County leaders are working to close an $81 million budget deficit. Council members say County Executive Sam Page's proposal does not fully address a $61 million revenue gap and $20 million shortfall in the health fund. Some council members warn both cuts and new revenue will be needed. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com and the free Lou Info app, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. We're starting off cloudy today, but we should get some sunshine back by afternoon. We have high pressure moving in from the northern plains, and that'll keep us cold today. Low 20s on the afternoon high. Mid-teens and a few clouds for the overnight hours. Upper 30s and sunshine on Friday. Things look pretty good over the weekend. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com and the free Lou Info app.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It should not be based solely on advertisements.
At Brown and Crouppen, we get that after an accident, money's tight. That's why we offer so much for free. First call, free. First consultation, free. stuck at home or in the hospital, we'll come to you for free. So call Brown and Crouppen, where we don't get paid unless you do. And your first consultation is free.
When you're building something new, you need a partner you can count on. I'm Big Toe Media founder Dave Green, and with our company, we didn't want just another bank. We wanted people who understood what we were trying to create and who were there for us every step of the way. That's why we chose Home Bank. From business lending to everyday banking, Home Bank has been much more than a bank. They're the kind of people who answer the phone, know your name, and believe in your vision. And the trust goes both ways. Home Bank doesn't just support our growth, they share in it. They take pride in helping local businesses succeed because they know when we win, the whole community wins. Business isn't just about numbers, it's about relationships. And with Home Bank, those relationships make all the difference. Home Bank is the team behind our team. Visit myhomebank.bank or call 855-577-2001. Home Bank, member FDIC, more than a bank. They're your business partner.
When you buy a hot tub, you want more than bubbles. You want value that lasts. At St. Louis Hot Tub, low overhead means premium American-made products priced better than the competition and the best price guarantee in town. They'll beat any local dealer on a comparable model. With over 38 years in business and 400-plus five-star reviews, you can trust they'll be there to service your spa long after the sale. St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse. Highest quality, best price. Visit besthotTubprices.com today.
Back to more of Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Janssen and Jimmy the Cat Hayes
These two men here, are they with you?
on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Yeah, let's go. Steve Ewan coming in tomorrow. Talk about Steve's hot dogs. Talk about the Urge. Pick his brain a little bit.
Bringing some of those delicious hot dogs, I heard.
They look so damn good. I told Brody.
I've had them. They're good.
Have you? Yeah, I don't think I have.
Hot dogs are delicious.
Yeah, I don't think I have. They looked so good whenever he was on your dad's podcast. So good.
I'm glad you asked him to bring some in.
Jimmy.
What?
Jimmy.
What?
Probably should have done that. I probably should have done that.
Actually, Steve, if you're listening, bring in
He
some
might
of
be
your hot
listening.
dogs and your new flavor.
God,
For some
grilled
reason,
cheese.
Why?
Why is your mic not?
Before we
You're
go,
up, you're up, but for some reason, mic 3's not
Brody.
working right now, Brody.
Brody, you don't need a
you're-
mic.
Brody's
No,
hilarious.
you project. brother.
Brody's hilarious, man.
I think he keeps drooping.
There you
guys.
are,
Oh,
Brody. God dang.
Oh my goodness!
Can
You
you?
can bring in grilled cheese. You know he's got a grilled cheese place too.
Does he really?
Yes.
Just simple stuff.
Yes,
Grilled cheese, hot
and
dogs,
hot dogs.
Grilled
Yes, Steve,
cheese,
bring in grilled cheese and
bacon
hot
and
dogs
tomato,
for us.
grilled cheese with bacon.
and pickles on it.
Oh yeah.
I like
Any way
mozzarella.
we get that drop before we close today?
Come on. Come on, Jimmy. So stupid.
First thing tomorrow.
It's so dumb.
All right.
We'll open the show with
What was it again? Academy. No.
Academies.
Academics. Fantastic.
Just beautiful.
It's beautiful.
You're my favorite person. Ken.
Oh, I appreciate that.
You're my
Thank
favorite
you.
person on this planet.
Thank you.
Not really, but
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh.
Rachel's numero uno. Sorry.
Oh, okay, no, I get that.
Then-
I'll give you.
Your top three.
There it is.
And
Mount Rushmore.
if Matt were alive, he'd be number
Oh, son of a gun.
No, I'm more of a Ho Chi Minh kind of guy.
Ho Chi Minh. Brody, thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks, Brody.
Keep doing your thing. Woo! We'll see. We'll be listening Saturday. Rockio, thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Hot Take Central 2.0.
Buddy.
What do you say, buddy?
Man, life comes at you fast. 1 minute you're cruising home, the next flashing lights in your rear view.
And that's when you need backup. With the Legal Buddy app, you can connect to a local attorney in seconds.
Seconds, not waiting days for a callback?
Nope, right away. DWI, car accident, criminal charge, traffic ticket, Legal Buddy's got your back.
So it's like having a lawyer in your pocket.
Exactly. Someone ready to step in the moment you need them, no matter the situation.
That's peace of mind.
That's Legal Buddy.
We're always going to be buddies, right?
All right, where do I get this?
Just download the Legal Buddy app at LegalBuddyApp.com. Register and use code LEGAL for your chance to win a $250 Amazon gift card.
Nice.